What is up, everybody? And we are live. I am here with Patrick from Addicted to Combat, Effie from Any Action MMA, and my co-host, as usual, Blood Money, Cody. And we are going to talk about UFC 279, the fights, all of our wrecked parlays, all of the easiness, all the fights that switched, and it's going to be a great time. Thanks for showing up if you're here early. And what is going on, everybody? I'll start with Effie. How's it going, man?
What's up, dude? Happy to be here. This is going to be super fun to talk about. A lot of stuff to talk about. I'm pumped.
For sure. How'd you do last week?
I swept. I went 2-0. Only had 2 bets, but I hit two-leg parlays, up 2 units.
There you go.
So, yeah, it was good. Good to come off the week, no losses, bro.
Nicely
I know
done.
you guys did good. I think this is a chat where pretty sure everyone here did good. So
I'm gonna
give the code. You want to go around? Or
Oh, yeah. We're going to give everybody a little bit of time, just to brag a little bit. We all did good. What about you?
Yeah.
What did you do?
You say me?
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, another clean sweep. I had 9 bets, 5 money lines, 3 favorites, 2 underdogs, all coming through and doing their job.
Damn.
And 4 of the props came through as well. And most of the props had Cyril Gahn getting it done early, so it couldn't have been better. That under 3.5 cash, the inside the distance cashed. Just an amazing night of fights for sure. So riding a 5 UFC event win streak, I want to make it 6 on this sketchy card.
Oh.
Right on. How about you, Cody? What you do?
Oh yeah. I did good last week. Swept, went 5-0. So all 4 of us swept, huh? That's good stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep. So you're gonna get some good advice here today. But swept, went 5-0. I won 7.65 units. Pretty happy about that. But gonna add on to it this weekend, get up over 50 units, and hopefully get up to my 1,000 subscribers, man. About 9 away.
Go subscribe to my boy.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're new to all our chat or the live stream, definitely go subscribe to Blood Money. He's like 9 subs away for that milestone of 1K. We all know how hard it is to get there. It's a big grind and huge accomplishment to do it. Like, trust me, it's huge.
Well deserved, too. Cody puts in mad work, dude. You've been big, too.
Right on.
Appreciate you guys.
Go ahead and support Cody for sure.
Yep. Subscribe to everybody here. Like I said, everybody here is awesome. That all 4 of us swept last week. I mean,
That's true. Yeah, real quick. I just went. I had 6 bets. I hit all 6, and I ended up winning a little over 8 units. So no big deal or nothing.
Dude, I feel like the bookies got beat bad last weekend, and then they didn't want to put their props and stuff out for this card until like Friday. They wanted to see what all the other casinos and stuff was doing. They didn't want to lose again, man.
Yep. All right, we'll jump right into the early prelims here, and then we'll talk about all the craziness once we get to that. The last 3 fights here. So. The first fight we got is Darren Weeks versus Johan Lioness, and I will start it out with Cody. Who do you like here?
I'm taking Lioness. Weeks is on short notice. Lioness is a little bigger, hits a little harder. I like Weeks. Like, he's good everywhere. You know what I mean? He's well-rounded, but he's just not great anywhere. And he's not too dangerous, can be low output. I'm going to take Lioness, landing the bigger shots, bigger leg kicks. He might even, I don't know if they should grapple. Both of these dudes, I feel like, can take each other down. They both got pretty good wrestling. Weeks has like more of a traditional American wrestling, but Lioness seems like he's got decent wrestling too. So I'm going to take Lioness. I'm going to take the over 2.5 and then Lioness either by decision or getting like a late 3rd round finish or something.
Do you have any bets for this one you said?
Yeah, I bet the over 2.5 rounds. I went and put that in today. And Weeks never been finished in 26 fights, including with his amateurs and everything. He's low output and he's very defensively sound, being low output like that. So, and I expect there to be a couple grappling exchanges. I also expect Johan to come out, a little with a little less craziness than he does in most fights, because after gassing out a little bit on your last fight, you know what I mean, you're going to want to come out and pace yourself a little more so you don't ever have that feeling again. I hope he's smart enough to do that. So yeah, man, I took the over and I think it hits.
Right on.
Plus 120 too, plus money.
Oh, that's good. Plus money is always good. What do you think, Patrick? Who do you got?
Yeah, this is my first money line bet of the night on the underdog. I got plus 110 on Johan's money line. I did take him out last time against Gabe Green as well and lost that bet. But like Cody was saying, I mean, I think that was his first professional loss. And a lot of times when guys get that first professional loss, they come back and they kind of are refocused. They're not invincible. He can't throw 150% into every single strike like he tends to do, but he's got the skills. And like Cody also mentioned, man, he made some good points. Johan Lainez is a much more willing wrestler than we've seen so far. We didn't get a chance to see that in his last fight or in the fight against Justin Burlinson on the Contender Series. But go back to CFFC. The guy's landing takedowns. He has very good top control and offensive submissions as well. He almost got a rear naked choke in one of his CFFC fights. So he's willing to go for it. He is a BJJ practitioner and with heavy hands as well. I think he gets this done inside the distance. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cody's bet hit either, right? You could see Johan Lainez dominate round 1, get the majority of his activity in round 2, and then gassed out towards round 3. And Weeks is not really a finisher, so he could win at 29-28 and cash both of our bets, me and Cody's.
That's what I was thinking too. That's exactly how I break it down. It's like getting them first 2 and maybe Weeks getting the third, but Weeks ain't a finisher. So if you take an under, you want to have both dudes be solid finishers.
True.
Exactly.
Yep.
Great point.
What about you, Effie? Who do you got?
And I agree because I don't think if either guy takes this fight down, there's some sort of submission threat right away. This is probably going to drag out, over. I like Lainez, so it's funny. I'm pretty sure that's 3-0 on the dog so far. I mean, I think he's a better striker, heavier striker, whereas, dude, that Gabe Green bet, that sucks, man. He had it. Like, he had that shit in the bag. That was one of the craziest comebacks. Like, rewatching that, I was like, oh, my God, this is fucking wild.
Right.
But I don't know, man. That finish, I couldn't really see how he got was it a body shot to the chin? Kind of just crumbled, really, up against the cage. But, dude, that Weeks against Barberena impressed me on short notice, but he's not even on a full camp here again. Machado, Ian Gary's good. I don't know why I just call him Machado. But, dude, no, I think Lainez is going to be the better fight in the UFC. But, man, I lean the dog. I don't have any action on this, though. No bet.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 3 dogs here. I'm going to make it 4 because I like Lainez as well. I think he's going to be the better striker. He's going to have the more power. Darren Weeks is taking this on short notice. And I don't know how short, but just maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks or whatever. But I think this fight isn't going to go the distance. I think it's going to either be a Johan, maybe first round knockout, maybe early second, or maybe Johan will gas a little bit and Darren Weeks can maybe just out cardio him and just make him crumble. I know Johan in his last fight, I think he just kind of went all out and he tried to get that first round knockout and he just didn't get it. And that kind of screwed him over. But I think he's a better fighter than that. I think a lot of people are kind of remembering that and they're kind of against him for that. But I think that it happens a lot with younger fighters and people just coming in the UFC. So they got to learn how to manage that cardio and all that good stuff. But I like him. I think he's gonna...
and Weeks is not really a big cardio, elite cardio either. That guy starts getting defensively lacking by round 2, a little bit more flat-footed by round 2. So I see people trashing the cardio like you mentioned of Lainez, but Darren Weeks is no cardio monster. He's not like a Merab Dvalishvili or something.
Right. Another thing too, man, I was going to the reason I stuck with the over is because that was my original bet on the week, and then I ended up picking the Kevin Holland under instead of betting that. But I really like Lainez. I was thinking about betting him on the way over. Another big reason in that was because Weeks is on a little bit of short notice, so that should help both their gas tanks. But dude, Johan is number 79 welterweight in the world, and Darren Weeks is number 124 welterweight. Now I know that don't mean much, but I mean that means Lainez is 45 spots above Darren Weeks on the rankings. That's usually a pretty good indicator. I mean, they got pretty smart people making these rankings. So, and this is short notice for Weeks, so I wanted to bet Lainez, but I do think that's a good side.
Weeks is at a size disadvantage too.
Yep.
He has sort of reach and height.
That's very true. Yeah, even in the weigh-ins, you saw a little bit of Weeks is a little bit smaller for a welterweight. I almost think he might be able to get lightweight, but maybe he just doesn't want to make the cut.
Oh, he got control. He got switched around against the cage a lot by Ian Gary. Every time they're in the clinch, he kind of just got reversed. If you're able to be just stronger than him, I don't know how good his technique is going to be.
Yeah, I know Ian Gary is a taller guy, but
he's big.
Dream like super strong to me though.
Yeah, he's young too.
And you mentioned the Brian Barberena fight as being impressive on short notice. It was. I mean, both guys, Darren Weeks landed over 100 significant strikes on Brian Barberena, but in turn he got hit over 100 times as well. You don't want to get hit over 100 times against Johan Lainez. So.
Yep.
Fuck no.
Okay, so it looks like we all got the dog here. I don't have any bets. I forgot to say that. So no bets, but I do like the dog and I'd like the under. I think one of them will finish maybe at one point. Who knows? But we'll go to Jack here real quick. We'll just see what we got going on. So we got Jack Attack. Thanks for coming out. He said, let's go, fellas. Good luck to you as well. Saba's here. What's up, man?
Hey, what up, Saba?
SK, 279 had the most missed weights in recent memory. maybe history. Yeah, for a pay-per-view, I can't think of any more than this, at least recently.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know,
that Oliveira one didn't like kind of a bunch of people miss because the scale, the weight, or something like that scales. But
yeah, like
I don't know if it was this many. Definitely wasn't no fight changes like
no. Somas de Lima, what's up, man? He said, "What's up, OGs? What's up, man?" Tribe Bulldogs said, "D-Rod." Push on said, "Walker win. We'll get there." And then there's Cody just saying, "What's up?"
I got a new thing.
Oh, what's up, Cody? How you doing, man?
I could message on the chat. I got a computer now, dude. I'm
Thanks for watching, Cody.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, Cody.
I type in a great show, guys. I'll pump up them comments. Don't worry.
Let's go. Get the algorithm going.
Exactly.
I love it. All right, so we'll move on up to the next one here. We got a banger of a fight of Elise Reed versus Melissa Martinez, and I will start with Effie. Who do you like in this one?
I got Elise Reed, bro. I'm going with the dog. Bro, Martinez is like 5 years old. Not really, but dude, her tape is insane. She had braces in her fights, dog. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And in her last fight, I thought she lost, dude. It was one of those fights where fighters where you get one takedown and it's pretty much over in that round. But obviously, Elise Reed is not going to be doing that. She's a striker. Both these girls are strikers. Martinez is a good striker. They're pretty much similar, same size. She has good kicks. I like her kicks to the body. But dude, I'm going with a girl with more experience in the UFC against higher level competition that hasn't fought in 2 years, like whereas Martinez hasn't fought in 2 years. Give me the more active fighter in Elise Reed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you made some good points there for sure. What about you, Patrick? Who do you like?
I don't like either one in this fight, but it should be an interesting matchup because both girls have the similar, game plan as far as just keeping it standing, having a standing kickboxing match. Neither of them really likes the wrestling. So just from what I've seen from Melissa Martinez, that last fight was close at Kabate. It was over 2.5 years ago. So how am I supposed to bet on this fight with any, reasonable, relevant data? I don't know. I can only assume that Melissa Martinez at 7-0, a lot of finishes, that she's gotten better at a young age. She's been gone from like 22 to 25 years old. Developmental years, she should be able to get better if she's been managing her time. Elise Reed, 29 years old, and I think I've sort of seen where her ceiling is at. So just based off of the assumption that maybe we can see a higher ceiling for Martinez, I'll predict her to win, but no bet for me on this fight. This could be a really greasy one. Dog or pass for sure.
Right on. What about you, Cody?
Yeah, same, dude. As everybody who knows, because this is, there's so many just what ifs in this fight. The one like Effie said, Martinez hasn't fought in almost 3 years, and but she's looked good. The only fight that she didn't look that good was the girl that grappled her, but I don't know. I don't think Elise Reed's going to do that too much here. They're both like taekwondo and like kickboxers. So, like Patrick said, I think that Martinez has the way more upside and potential, but from what I've got to see with my own eyes, Reed's not bad. She doesn't have good grappling at all, but she's got good striking. She's got a win over Jazz Duravicius outside of the UFC. She's got that win over Corey McKenna, and that's a lot more stuff than I've seen out of Martinez. So I'm gonna take the underdog and Reed. No bet, staying far away, but I mean, I wouldn't. That Martinez hits really hard. Maybe she could hit her with a head kick or something, but Reed moves really good. So this is maybe go by just split decision, bet that or something. But yeah, I'll take Reed, but not confident at all.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a split with the group here. I'm going to go with Martinez here. I think she is the better striker. I know she's really young, hasn't fought in a couple years. She has very good leg kicks. If she wants to try to even take down Elise Reed, I think she'll be able to take her down, but I don't know if she will. It depends on the game plan. But I can't pick Reed and feel confident. So I got to go with Martinez. I like what I see with her way more. And like Patrick said, I think we've seen what Reed is and what she will be. I don't see her being better than that. And Martinez, who knows what happened in that 2 years? Maybe she trained. Yeah. Maybe she got a lot better. Maybe she actually worked on some wrestling and grappling.
Yeah, right. Maybe she's been in a singlet the whole time. I don't know. At that age, maybe she could surprise and do that. But exactly. It's hard to bet on with that much time off,
100%. Yeah. No bets. Don't bet this fight if you're thinking about it.
Smoke break fight.
Don't do it. Just don't. Have fun with this one. Go get a drink. Go grab some food.
Also another way to bet this one, isn't the over like decently priced? Isn't it like minus 250 or something?
Yeah, it's
like fight goes to decision at least.
That's crazy.
Too bad. I know, because a lot of the women's fights this week aren't crazy. Usually they're above minus 350, but none of them are.
We got heavier weight classes, but this one's a straw weight bout, and usually those are like minus 300, minus 400 for the over. I think you're getting that nice discount on that price because Both girls do have a couple finishes, including Martinez is like 5. So that might be a way if you want to play this fight or parlay that, or you want to get degenerate with it. I saw that as the spot that really popped out in this fight above all was the over going, wasn't too crazily priced.
Yeah. Right now the over is about -270, -280. The over 2.5.
It's weird because both these girls kind of got finishes. Like I know Martinez does, but it's over low level. But yeah, I mean, well, Reed's finished 3 of 6. She's got 3. Wait, 1 or no, never. Yeah, 2. No, she's only got 2 and 4. She's got a couple in her amateur. So yeah, I would imagine it goes over. So I would imagine it goes over, definitely.
Yeah, I would, if I had to play something, it would probably be the over, but I don't even want to play that. It's just kind of a low-level women's MMA fight. You don't know what's going to happen.
Right. I was just trying to find one way where, like, we could say this is how you would bet this fight, maybe the safest way possible.
That's the safest way is to go away.
The divisional finish rates for this weight class are so low,
Low.
Yeah.
Safest way to bet this fight's go have a smoke or a drink.
Exactly.
Just get a snack.
I want to watch it. I want to see what this Martinez is all about.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and if Martinez comes out and looks good, I mean, at least we know how to bet her next time. Because
look, in these women's divisions where we need competitive young fighters, these are the ones that really catch my eye as a fan. It's like we got a 7-0 coming in at 25 years old. Maybe she can be this one that can be a superstar at the strawweight.
What was the
we got Esparza as our champion at 115. Right. We need new talent in this division.
Yep. What was the one Mexican girl that just fought the other Brazilian girl, and they were both like 22? And dude, if Martinez comes out,
Yasmin versus Yasmin, I remember that.
Yes, if Martinez comes out looking like that girl,
Yasmin Howardy,
that was and that girl's good. And I wonder, they don't train together? I imagine they don't train together or nothing. That girl was legit. And if this girl comes out because Martinez did look good 3 years ago, and like Effie said, she had braces back then, so she could come out a crazy new fighter.
Should be a striker's delight. Both of Martinez's parents were karate practitioners, so she was pretty much raised in the gym striking.
So both of them, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
We spent a lot of time on Elise Reed Martinez.
Fuck, we did, bro. We did like 10 minutes on that fight.
We'll go to the chat here real quick. FK said, drop the parlays. Yeah, all my parlays got busted. So
parlays.
Saba said, I like those posters on your wall, Patrick. What you got back there?
I think I got 2. I got UFC 141, which was the Lesnar Overeem, and I got 123, which was one of my favorite fights I've been to. Is BJ Penn knocking out Matt Hughes in 21 seconds in Detroit.
Back in the day. Yeah.
I remember I was in high school. I took the train to Detroit just to see BJ Penn fight.
Jeez, Motor City. That's risque. That's super risque.
Sab said, did you bet Elise Reed in the end? Effie, did you bet her?
Hell no. I commented. I was like, no, hell no, bro. No way.
Nice.
You don't need to bet. You don't need to bet the fights. You can just pass, bro.
And the reason why we took a lot of time on that fight is that's what makes fighting compelling. Is the questions. When there's a lot of questions on a fight, that's when you talk about it the most, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, yeah. Oh shoot, man. We still got some good time. We got an hour and a half. We're on good track. Usually me and Johnny don't start for about 25, 30 minutes in.
Yep, that's how we do it. SK said, lock of the week, Reed. Striker matchup. She got the better overall experience. Reed loses by being in takedown, and Martinez can't do that. So that's true.
What I was thinking.
Good points. I mean, lock of the week, though?
No.
No, not like that's the one.
Not my lock of the week.
That's the one show I feel like we felt like kind of when we were saying about the one dude that had the girl thing as the lock of the week, but I didn't understand it was the it's like a gimmick thing. To pick a girls fight as lock of the week is tough.
Yeah, the was it We Want Picks Jacob? He does like an underdog lock of the week.
And then they said he hit 10 in a row. That's legit. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
check his channel out, dude. If you're hitting 10,
kind of like we misinterpreted. We're like, wait, that's a lock? Like what?
But it
was the underdog lock.
It was a dog of the week. Gotcha.
Dog of the week.
Yes, but that's like a thing he does. Because I was like, how can you? But that he's legit at him. They said he had like 10 of them in a row or 9 in a row now. That's
this will be number 10 if he hits it. Which I can't remember who this dog was this week now.
Right. But it was a girl. It was a girl one. That's why we were like, how can you?
Oh, was it Wolfe maybe? I don't know. I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Dev's here, though. What's up, man?
What's up, Dev?
And look, this guy is maybe the most genius.
I love it.
MMA capper with 10 underdogs this week.
He'll be on the next stream from a yacht,
Hell yeah.
If
I gotta go 500, bro.
5 of these, man, that's awesome. If you hit 5 of these underdogs,
I got
You
7
betting, bro?
I got 7 bets, and 5 of them are underdogs, but only 4 are under. One's over underdog, but the other 4, I got 4 underdog picks. So, but they're not the big ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them are big.
Yeah, Sabit said Jacob from DFS is a cool dude. I remember he took Nate the Train against Onama. Yeah, I liked Nate the Train, but I just didn't pick him. That was my one thing. My gut was like, maybe that was a live dog, and he ended up destroying.
Nate the Train's really good, right?
Yeah.
Who beat him? Somebody beat him.
Nate the Train? Oh, we're talking Juicy J. Julian
Erosa.
Erosa.
Erosa beat him. Yeah. So, we'll be talking
come on.
about.
You're setting up your freaking bets. Get out of here, man.
segue into Erosa's going to get in down with dudes.
That's funny. Roland, what's up, man? He said Rose versus Esparza 3, Rose lock of the century. I don't think it's going to get that far. I think Zhang will say something about that.
Yeah, Zhang's gonna. Yeah.
What if Zhang
Take care of
can't
business.
wrestle, though? Rose Namajunas was taking Zhang down. What if Esparza can take Zhang down?
Her wrestling was better than that. Well, obviously, like later.
I'm just saying, dude, because like if you watch Esparza, she beats the shit out of girls other than like Rose when she didn't. Like, what's the other girl that's about to fight Mackenzie Dern? Zan?
Yeah.
Dude, that girl's a bad mofo, dude. And Esparza took her down and beat the shit out of her.
Basically, like crucifixed her, right?
Yeah, like dog walked her. So I mean, and I know Welly Zhang's a little better than that girl and seems to have more grappling, but if she better be able to wrestle, if you can't out wrestle Esparza, dude, you could be in trouble.
Lock of the week is Dennis Tululin.
That's what it was. That was the lock. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
that makes sense.
That's a good dog. I mean,
Ice Vikings in the chat. What's up, man? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Ice Viking. What's up, bro?
Yellow. All right, we'll go on to the next one here. Let me get this up and going. All right,
fun show. This is a fun show, man.
Yeah, so far so good. We got Chad and Helliger versus Haley Alatang, and I believe it is Cody's turn to start it up, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
or
Patrick.
Is Patrick?
No, it is Patrick. Yep, I started the first one.
I know I missed somebody. You're up, Patrick.
Yeah, another money line bet for me on Healy Alatang this time, taking the favorite. I like Healy Alatang. He's been very impressive. The knock on him is, not using his wrestling as early as he should to kind of lead into, that's his first martial art that he kind of mastered, is freestyle wrestling. He went into the Muay Thai after the fact and started his MMA career. I like Healy Alatang, and I think he does wrestle here. Chad Enhelliger is, let's face it, he was getting taken down by Jesse Strader in his debut. You're facing Jesse Strader in your debut for Enhelliger, and you make that close. You make that a must-finish spot in round 3. Luckily, he got it, but that's not a good guy to really take into a close fight in your debut. So Healy Alatang has faced really big power punchers before, like Dana Bakary, in his first fight, managed to beat him. Didn't even have to outstrike him. He can mix in the wrestling later and win the fight. I like him here. He's very durable. So I'm taking Healy Alatang, just better pretty much everywhere in my opinion.
Right on. What about you, Effie? Who do you got?
Same thing. I got Hailey. But Chad is also almost 6 years older than him. He's almost 36 years old. Sure. Pretty old for this weight class. But Hailey, I think, is better everywhere. He's fought better fighters. That Dana Bakary fight, that win, and in fight in general, is probably his best, better than anything Chad has done. Jesse Strader's out wrestling you. He's also out striking you for the most part. He kind of got lucky to get that knockout in the third round. Not kind of, he did get lucky. He's getting outstruck. So yeah, give me Hailey. I don't have any bet, but I do like that bet. What'd you get the line at?
I got it at minus 160.
Nice. Yeah, I like that, dude.
All right, Cody, why don't you ruin everybody's game plan here? Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm on Enhelliger. After watching tape, dude, I like Enhelliger. I like his speed. Hailey Alatang's slow. He's slow in his striking. He can be low output. He doesn't really use his wrestling because he doesn't have a good gas tank. You can even see he was looking good in the first 2 rounds until towards the end of the second when Gustavo kept trying to take him down. He had to grab the cage. And then in the third round, he got out-wrestled, now gas tanked by Gustavo Lopez, which is definitely not a good look. He goes to close fights with every single person he fights. Ryan Bonoy, split decision with Ryan Bonoy. That's terrible. The dude on Contender Series that Chad Enhelliger beat, he would beat Hailey Alatang. I'm going to see this. Like, Chad Enhelliger's got really good striking, really good speed. If you go watch Hailey Alatang versus Casey Kenny, dude, he's so slow and terrible. Like, Casey Kenny was just he landed like 110 significant strikes to like 54, and it wasn't even no ground and pound. Like, he was literally hit him with 2 big shots.
Outclassed him for sure.
Outclassed him, and it was that speed and movement because Holly Alateng is kind of slow, man. And I watched the tape and I wasn't impressed with Holly Alateng in any of his fights. Of course, with the Kevin Kroom, he got that knockout, but Kevin Kroom dropping a weight class, I think that hurt his chin because he's usually pretty tough. But yeah, man, and Helliger's a dog, dude, and he's got legit power. He's got more power than Holly Alateng. His wrestling and his jiu-jitsu looked really good on the Dana White Contender Series against that dude. And that dude he fought on the Contender Series is a savage, dude. That dude's really good, and he got the win there. And I just think that if this is, I feel like this is going to stay striking. And then I'll also like too, if Holly Alateng tries to clinch up with Helliger, he's got good elbows and really good knees to the body and the head in the clinch. And I just feel like he's more dangerous than Holly Alateng. Like Holly Alateng, I don't see him being able to just land takedown after takedown. And I think in the striking game, he's going to be chasing Helliger, and Helliger is just going to be moving and sticking him. And he may be even be able to finish Holly Alateng. He's been finished before. So I just like a lot of the things I've seen in the tape. I thought I would have been on Holly Alateng too. Watching the tape, I'm going to go with and Helliger. I got him at plus 125. I probably could have got a little better line. He was up to plus 140. But yeah, man, I'm like I said, all of Holly Alateng's fights are pretty close. Split decision with Benoit. Who else? He went to split decision with somebody else, and then
he got the draw. He got the draw. Yeah, Gustavo Lopez
with Gustavo. So maybe. Yeah, and that Dana fight did not back throw. I think we might find out that he's not really as good as we think, too. You know what I mean? He's not bad, but it's like he had them quick knockouts over some people. That
you went to the tape trying to like pretty much leaning Holly Alateng, and you came out the other side.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't that fun when that happens?
Yeah, I'm a couple.
You come out completely opposite. It's great.
A couple of them, even like Weeks. There's a couple of them on this card too, like a couple like that. But yeah, man. I mean, I think it's going to be a good, close, tough fight. Don't get me wrong. I don't think and Helliger's as good as Casey Kenny and going to complete, but I think it's going to look. I see it looking something like that. And then the finish opportunity definitely goes Helliger. I mean, Helliger has been finished, I believe, in all 5 of his losses, but they were subs, and that was back in 2014. Also, there's another thing, Helliger's on a 10-fight win streak with 8 finishes in there. You know what I mean? And Holly Alateng, I mean, his best win is Dana Bakhtarov, and that's not. I mean, that dude on the Contender Series, I think, would beat Dana Bakhtarov too. That Helliger beat. So
sure,
yeah,
just my opinion though.
Right on. Yeah, I think this will be a close fight. I'm not going to – I'm picking Alateng as well. I do like a little bit more. I like his striking just a touch more. Both guys have about the same power, I think. And then the one thing that just really got me was I know Alateng doesn't really use it a lot, but if he does use his wrestling, I think he'll be able to take down Helliger whenever he wants because, like, Helliger's takedown defense is like 50% or something along those lines. It's not great. And he kind of just accepts being taken down. Like he can get up, but if Alateng can just use his top control and just get some like minutes down there, even if he needs to, like I think that's just more ways for him to win this fight. I do think it will go to decision. I don't see any knockout or submission here, so it's going to be close. But I do have a bet on Alateng. He was a parlay with Kevin Holland, but that got after all the switching around. So now it's just a straight bet for him. But
okay.
I usually do pretty decent with the bets that I'm not like super confident in. Like usually they end up; those are the ones that hit, and the other ones don't. So
now Cody sees the finishing potential for Chad. I certainly do as well. Do you see this, Johnny, as like kind of a must wrestle situation for Alateng to get the win, or do you think he could keep it standing and win as well?
I think it's going to be it'll be closer on the feet, but I think the well-timed takedowns, or even if he's not looking that great on the feet, maybe in the first round, he'll use his wrestling to get that first round, and then maybe that's what he changes his game plan is maybe just go for takedowns when he has the opportunity to, instead of maybe a wrestle-heavy game plan.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to mix it up to win this fight for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing, though.
A lot of times, like Cody was saying with Alateng, he's a guy who sometimes needs to get hit to return fire with like 1 or 2, and you don't want to play that game against Chad and Hellinger. I'd rather him to start with the wrestling early, but if it does stay standing, I do favor Chad if it stays standing the entire 3 rounds.
See, like Halé's never done that though. He's never came out and just used the wrestling heavy game plan. So it's hard to. And then he's been finished in 4 of his 8 losses too.
I would assume if the striking starts going badly, then I would assume he would wrestle. Sometimes he gets in the fight, he's getting his rhythm, and he feels like he's winning. Like a lot of guys, they feel like they're winning the striking. Why do I need to go wrestle until the corner tells them to switch game plan?
What do you think about his gas tank? You like his gas tank?
Because
then Helliger's got a good gas tank too. He gets late finishes.
I don't worry about it too much. I feel like he's not too like finish or bust where it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if maybe Chad can get a late third round finish, but I mean, I think it will go to the judges' scorecards. I don't really see it any other way. That's why I said I think there's just a little bit more ways for Alating to win. He can use his striking, he can use his wrestling, and I think Chad is just striking, or I don't want to say bust, but it's just gonna have to.
I brought that up I had Uncle Weezy MMA on my stream on Wednesday, and I brought up one of my favorite props was the over in this fight, or fight goes, or the over 2.5. He found some stats magic, and he's a genius, so I trust him. That that wasn't the value side, but for me, it passes the eye test. I think we are getting a discount on the over because of both of the guys that got finishes in their last couple of fights.
True.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we'll go to the chat here real quick. Saba said I have Alating by decision.
He likes the over.
That's my boy.
Dev switched to Chad, so
after listening to me.
One of his 10 underdogs. There we go. Dev, let's go.
I'm with you on that one, Dev. I'm with you, bro.
SK said Canadian fighters are usually dogs except GSP.
Yeah.
Collier submission. We'll get there in a second. Papa Chuck, what's up, man? Said hot damn.
What's up, Papa Chuck?
Gambling. Yep, we try. Broke Native, what's up? Thanks for coming out. He made it. Good thing you're here. Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll go to the next one. We'll move on up to the next fight here, which will be Norma Dumont versus Danielle Wolfe. And I will start this one off. I'm going to go with Dumont here. It's just really hard to trust Danielle Wolfe with one pro career fight. She's a really good boxer. But Dumont, I think she has the experience. She can take this to the ground if she uses her fight IQ. Uses her fight IQ. And she has a very good clinch game up against the cage if she can push her up against the cage. And I like Norma here. I guess it's more of a fade on Wolfe because it's only, like I said, one MMA fight. So I'm going to go with Dumont here. I got the over. I like the over a lot. I don't see a finish. This is kind of a lower level women's MMA again. So if you're going to do that, I like the over or nothing. So yeah, that's what I got here. Cody, who do you got here?
I got Norma Dumont. I actually had her in a parlay with 3 other fighters, with Jailton Almeida versus Shamil. I had him in with Kamzat and some other ones. Well, who was the other one? Another one fell off. But anyway, so I cashed that bet out. But I do like Norma Dumont. But like after seeing her, dude, the weigh-ins, I knew a Wolfe is huge, and like she's a big girl, but she was a lot bigger. But she hits hard. Like if you watch her on that Contender Series, dude, she was cracking hard. So I think Dumont gets the win if she comes out here, uses good fight IQ, doesn't get in any exchanges like off the bat, wears her out at least in that first round. And I think that she could get a finish. I think if she can get her down once or twice, she could get the finish. She's very heavy on top, but she hasn't shown that much. I mean, she's had a couple takedowns in the UFC, but yeah, man, I'm worried that she comes out here and strikes and gets hit with one good shot like Megan Anderson did to her and puts her right down. Exactly. Because she grappled Megan Anderson right away and got up. I mean, Megan Anderson got up. She what's her name? Looked a little gassed. Of course, that was her first UFC fight too, but she looked a little tired. But the first big shot she took, she went down. And I mean, Wolfe reminds me of Megan Anderson without the kicks to the fullest. So it's like, it's a scary fight, and I wouldn't feel comfortable with Dumont unless she comes out, uses great fight IQ, gets the takedown and everything, and works that. I like Dumont. I like her. I actually like the under in this fight. I asked like the chat, our little message board a couple days ago when it was like plus 200. It's down to like plus 150 now because I feel like if Dumont can go out there and work her game and she can get the takedown, then she should be able to get a finish on the ground within the first or second round. Like Wolfe, you know what I mean? Pro boxer her whole life, only been doing MMA for a couple of years. And I feel like if she can't get the takedown, Wolfe's very live, dude. She's a big, physical, athletic girl that hits hard. And I feel she's going to be live for the finish. So I got no bets on this fight anymore, but I'll take Dumont and the under. Because I feel like it's, like I said, a style matchup. Either this stand-up boxing style is going to work and she's going to mess up Dumont, who I've seen get finished by one shot by another girl, or I feel like Dumont's going to work her game, be able to get a takedown eventually and get some type of sub or something. So, but no bets on this fight now.
Okay. What about you, Effie? Who do you got?
I got Dumont in a parlay. Wolfe being 39 years old, having fighting in 2 years, one pro fight. I mean, this is one of those things where are you betting on Dumont to stick to an obvious game plan? Like, even one that she can't really show him to execute that often. Like, just go out there, get this girl on the cage, get her down. You know, you would think that's all she really needs, one per round. I agree with Cody where like if she gets her down second or third round where she's tired, Wolfe, like for the end of the fight, she can get finished. I think same time she can get sparked just like Megan Anderson did. At the same time though, Megan Anderson, when you're a kickboxer and a striker, you have to worry about kicks. You have to check kicks. Your hands get drawn in other places. Where I don't know, it's one of those fights where you have a 2-year layoff. How does the fighter come in? Do they look really good? Does she have kicks in her game, knees in the clinch, something like looking way more improved? But I don't know. I think it's hard to bet on Wolfe or even this fight in general. But yeah, I'll put on a small parlay.
Nice. What about you, Patrick? Who do you got?
Yeah, this is a tough one, especially with the line. The line makes it interesting, right? Because otherwise you just have two women. One's got a lot of MMA experience, 9 fights pro. The other one's got 1. And she's been not a professional boxer. She's been an amateur boxer, which, that's the Olympic sport. They wear headgear. That's the difference. She claims that she's got a amateur boxing record of like 64-9, which makes more sense versus what you see on Tapology. But either way, I mean, she's 30. She just turned 39 a couple days ago. She's had 1 pro fight 2 years ago. But you got to say, she is the bigger woman here, size and reach. She's more athletic for sure. Almost made the Olympics if they had her 152 weight class. And she's probably got undeniable power as well. But her striking in MMA seems limited to jabs and crosses, which she can use well. And that's when Norma Dumont's had her most success, right? Remember the Aspen Ladd fight last October? Where it happened to headline a card. And what did Norma Dumont do? She stood there and just jabbed Aspen Ladd's face off the whole time. Her best win, most dominant, was probably over Ashley Evans Smith. Same thing, struck her up. So if Norma Dumont gets nervous or gets into trouble, what's she going to resort to? The stand-up. So if this is a stand-up fight, it's super sketchy. Do you think Norma Dumont covers a minus 400 plus price tag? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. So I'm going to take Dumont as a prediction just because how can you go against the woman with way more high-level MMA experience? Yeah. But as far as a bet goes, pretty sketchy. I don't hate anybody taking that like plus 800 shot on Wolfe by knockout.
True.
But totally,
it's a likely path. It's a likely path.
What do you guys think about the over under? Like, what do you?
I like the overs for sure, but it's still dicey. It is. The price would dictate that. If you're getting, like Cody mentioned that earlier in the week, it was plus 200 to go. Under. So you're talking about 2 out of 3 times it goes under. That's not bad at this weight class. That would be a likely outcome for 33% of the time. But it's just so dicey.
Like, how is Dumont going to get in there? Like, and how is the speed advantage going to be? Like, who's a quicker striker? It might be fucking Wolfe.
It's Wolfe by far.
But like,
Wolfe by a mile.
And so I'm saying, like, dude, 800 on a knockout on her likely method of victory, dude. Damn.
Yeah.
Especially with
that means
we're not talking about
out. Like, that's crazy.
We're not talking about how bad Dumont looked in her last fight against Jailton. She looked terrible in that fight, too. I mean, she was getting cage stalled in tactics that likely Wolfe is not going to employ, but still, she looked very off in that one.
Right.
So hard to trust either girl here.
That was a weird fight for sure. We'll get to the chat here real quick. Oh, I missed one. G King's here. What's up, man? He said, yo, what's up, guys? Papa Chuck, Effie sad to see Texas lose that game against Bama today.
I had Bama I lost money, too. It was double fucking whammy.
Destroyed my heart and soul today. SK said, would think Dumont can just submit Wolfe with 1 takedown. That's the thing. Like, I just don't trust Norma Dumont's fight IQ. That's
for a minus 400 or more favorite. You should be saying, what round does she finish?
Yeah,
you shouldn't be saying, I don't know. I hope she doesn't stay standing with me.
We should be debating the over under 1.5 when somebody's minus 400 and something.
Really
Papa
good point.
Says, I've got Dumont via ass smashing. she's got a big one, I'll tell you that. CJP said, what up, y'all? Let's see what we got. All right. And then SK said, a Wolfe KO would be a major upset. She an Olympic boxing champ. If Dumont gets cocky and tries to strike with Wolfe, it's dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's going to try, but the smarter game plan would be clinch and maybe try to take her down and maybe wear her out on the cage or on the mat, 1 of the 2. And then maybe in the later round, she can strike with her because she'll be more tired.
Right.
Maybe.
Exactly.
But who knows what her game plan is? Like, we've seen a decent Dumont and a really bad Dumont. So,
yeah. It's about 50-50 on them, too.
And, like, it's crazy. It's hard to predict this fight, but, yeah, you got to go with Norma here. It's just until Danielle Wolfe shows you.
Right.
But all right, we'll move on up to the 5th fight of the night.
Hey, Johnny, before that, I want to do this card announcement.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to do a little giveaway on the show today for everybody showing up and participating and talking and stuff. I'm going to give these 2 cards to somebody who gets a mystery question right. We're going to do it at about About 5:30, we'll do the question, but it's a Kamzat Chimaev rookie card. And
Nice.
it's a Ciro Gan select hollow rookie card. It's probably $40 or $50 like book value.
Papa Chuck knows in the chat. My brother, Cyril Gan.
Yeah. Might be able to get
that card.
We get it signed by Cyril's brother for you.
That's funny.
But yeah, we'll give them away. I got a good question. It's an MMA question. I'm gonna give out at we'll do it at 5:20, 5:30, and
okay.
Yeah, man, somebody's gonna get that. You just hit me in my Instagram. Go to my Instagram and send me a message, and then send me your address, and I'll send them to you.
There we go. Yeah. So about 30 minutes, guys. Get ready because we're gonna do a little giveaway here for some UFC cards here, which there's some good ones. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, we'll go to the fifth fight here, which will be the people's main event of Jake Collier versus Chris, the dancing man himself, Barnett. Who do you like here? We're going to go with Patrick. I don't know if this is the same routine, but we're going Patrick here.
Right. Yeah, I love this fight. This is truly the people's main event. And this is the fight that Barnett wants too. He said he wants to go in there against guys that look like him with the mega jumbo dad bod and go in there and scrap. And this is no better fight than Jake Collier, a former middleweight guy that probably could make 170. And then, we got like an oversized flyweight and Chris Barnett at 5'9". So this is a really fun fight. I can't get behind Jake Collier at this price tag at -500 at this point on the day of the fights. Chris Barnett just has no competitive strength to his game. He's got the spinning wheel kick over John Vellante, who's retiring before that one. And that was amazing. And I'm really glad as a fan of Chris that he got that finish. But that's what he's going to have to do over again is that Taekwondo background is all he has. He's a mobile, short heavyweight, no gas tank. Not a lot of he's not going to win a volume battle, and he quit in his last fight, against Martin Budai. I mean, it was an illegal strike, but he's not very durable, right? So
yeah,
he kind of quit due to exhaustion in that fight. Collier should be able to get the finish here, but my trepidation with that is Collier doesn't have the best gas tank either, so that's where this becomes dicey.
Mm-hmm.
He could probably pound Barnett's face in round one, maybe do some damage in round two, but if he doesn't get the finish there. Collier looks like he's wading through water the way his cardio is so bad in round three. So this could see the judges' scorecards, oddly enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not, but more likely than you would expect in heavyweight fight. So I'm taking Jake Collier. He should be able to get this done on the ground, standing, in the clinch, anywhere. He should win this fight. No bet for me.
Right on. Who do you got, Effie?
Collier too as well. I think it's easy, dude. Bro, he's 5'9", missing weight at heavyweight. I mean, I know he's going through a lot of personal stuff outside the cage, but dude, that just blew my mind. I was at work and it came in on my phone. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God, no way. I thought it was I just couldn't believe it. I was stunned. I was like, you guys be kidding.
Wait, one look at Chris Barnett's physique and that blew your mind. He couldn't make 260.
No, he was that fat. You can't
I'm just
be
playing
that fat. What are we doing, bro? We're right though. And then at the same time though, you guys ever seen that graphic of men evolving from crawling to walking to standing? That's Collier from middleweight to light heavyweight to heavyweight, dude. He's just gradually getting bigger. And he's like, fuck, I heard an interview where he said that he at one point weighs 300 pounds and has to cut to 265. And I'm like, well, that is amazing, dude. But yeah, Collier all day. He actually has really fast hands, in my opinion. I actually like his striking. Undersized heavyweight. Yeah, like Patrick said, he can finish on the ground, in my opinion, as well. But as far as the over-under, I think it's interesting. I don't know. I can see Barnett gassing out middle of the second round or just quitting like he did last fight, but I don't know. The over-unders, I can't really pick a side on that. I don't know what you guys think.
The over-under, I think it's pretty close. I think it's almost a pick-em still, if I'm correct. But
I think they were leaning the under a little bit, but it was like you said. And it's been going up and down a little bit. At first, I think it went way down, to an under, -140. Then, in a couple hours, it went back to almost even, -120 something. And then,
who do you like here, Cody?
Yeah, man, I'm taking Collier. I think he's better everywhere. And then with Effie said, with Barnett missing weight, man, that's just not a good look. Obviously, there's some stuff going on. He has a terrible gas tank as it is. Really, it's like Patrick said, he's got a spinning kick, maybe to hit Collier with, and that's it, dude. Other than that, I see Collier having the better striking, the more volume. He's way bigger. He's got the grappling advantage. If he gets Barnett put up a pretty good fight for that round and a half on short notice against Rothwell. So I don't expect Collier. And Rothwell was able to take him down. He was able to survive. So I don't expect Collier to just get him down and get him out of here in the first round. But Yeah, man, I expect Collier to get the win and maybe a 3rd round finish because how, you see Barnett gassing. And if Collier gets on a gas to Barnett at any point in this fight, he gets his big ass on him, dude, it's game over. So give me Collier by either decision or a late finish. I got him in a parlay too. So
nice. Yeah, I got Collier too. I just think he's the better UFC fighter. Like Patrick said, Barnett really just has that one trick pony, which is the spinning back heel kick or whatever you want to say. And other than that, I mean, he just kind of throws his punches like this and goes in hoping that he lands, and that's about it. Collier is pretty athletic for a big guy. Like, he doesn't look like it, but he is, and he does push a little bit of a pace in the beginning, at least the first round. So I don't know if he's going to try to do that and maybe gas him out a little bit. But I like the over in this one, actually. I just don't see a lot of finishing ability on both guys unless this fight does get to the mat. And I do think Collier will get that submission like easily. He did that to Chase Sherman, and he could do this to Barnett because he got who was it? Ben Rothwell finished submission Chris Barnett in his last fight whenever they fought. So I like Collier here. I don't have a bet. I don't on anything, but if I did have to bet this fight, I think value-wise would be the over. I would just take a shot on it, but I'm not going to do it, though.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, in my crystal ball, I would see this maybe going over just for the reasons like, early on in the fight, Barnett is kind of durable, but later on, not so much because of the cardio. Same with Collier in a way. And, so it might go over in that regard. It's just such a sketchy fight. You don't know who's going to tire out first and why. And one more thing I don't listen to what a lot of fighters say pre-fight, but I did see this interview from Chris Barnett who said, getting ready for a fight, you would want Chris Barnett to say like, oh, I'm wrestling, I'm getting ready to get taken down and stuff. He said in this fight, he's like, I want to get back to my roots for this camp, so I went back to my Taekwondo gym and started working on my mobility and my kicks. Like, why are you working on your strengths that you've been doing the whole time? Like, that's not good to hear.
Right.
So, I did hear that. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, that guy's a character, I tell you. All right, we'll jump in the chat here real quick. Wheelchair Mafia, what's up, man? He said, UFC 279 was an inside job. Very, very possible. Very possible.
Crazy, bro.
Papa Chuck said twins. I'm going to guess that's Patrick and Cyril Gahn. Twins.
No, that's me and Johnny's picks.
That's true, too. Oh, Saba, here we go. Alrighty. I already know the question. Who's going to be, this is Cody's question, who's going to be the new lightweight champion? Answer, Islam, right, Johnny K? Saba, you know how to get me.
Saba's always got jokes. Definitely gonna be Charlie Olives. Definitely Charlie Olives.
Plus money still.
Plus 200. Got to jump on that. Dev is going with the dog. Shocker here, guys.
Very, very possible. Though. Very possible.
Yeah. It's definitely a live dog. It definitely could happen. Saba said by decision. Jake was a welterweight. Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, he was. I thought he was a middleweight, but that's even.
I thought it was middleweight.
Impressive.
That's not a bad strategy though for these guys to go to the heavyweight class. I mean, at middleweight, even you've got 65 guys. Heavyweight, you got like 30 something. So go for it.
Yeah, for sure. Little Seal, what's up, man? It's almost time. Yep, we got about an hour. We're gonna try to rush through some of these early ones real quick here. Barnett missed weight, 267.5, second heavyweight in history. I think Greg Hardy was the other one, and he's not in the UFC anymore. Feeling a Collier submission in round 2. I could see that for sure. BJP likes the over 2.5, but Collier in this fight due to higher volume. I could see that for sure. I think he'll land more as well.
What's up, Carlos? It's my boy Carlos.
SK overs and heavyweight fights get sweaty. Every second feels like hours. Yeah, but both these guys just aren't really great, like knockout guys, like the other heavyweights are. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but thanks for coming. I appreciate it. It's a just different language. Sorry, man. Barnett's walkout's gonna be fun. He always has that little.
Oh, Hamzat Chimaev checking in real fast pre-fight.
Right?
His burner.
Nurab, what's up, man? Wild 12 hours. Yes, 100%.
Yes, it was.
Brewski time. Always brewski time. Dev said Islam round 1. Dev, I already told you you're smoking a little too much already today. So.
I need some of that.
Please, yeah, give me some of that.
Round 1. Wow.
Pay-per-view cost in half due to the inconvenience. Yeah, but honestly, they probably raise it because they just had way more hype. They know what they're doing.
Motherfuckers. I wonder. Yeah, I bet they had the payout. What do you think they gave each fighter? $200K extra or something?
Oh, easy.
Like
maybe even
250.
double what their salary.
They
Easy
probably
6 figures.
took some from Kamzat because you almost blew a pay-per-view fighting with everybody. Like, dude, I don't even know if I'd want that dude back. If I was Dana White, I would hope Kevin Holland beats Kamzat. So you ain't got to deal with the dude's fucking problems tomorrow. I don't want it to happen, but to not have to deal
they'll
with
put up with John Jones, they'll put up with Connor, and they'll put up with Kamzat if he becomes that level. You gotta. I mean, it's just the cost of doing business with some of these guys that are just very, very talented.
Yep.
But one ruin and hope pay-per-views. That's craziness.
Yeah. 23 MMA. What's up? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. And Dev, he is smoking some black cherry kush.
Love it. Sounds.
If you haven't tried that out, try it out. All right, moving on up to the next one. We'll try to go a little bit quicker on these. Jamie Pickett versus Dennis Tulilian. And we're going to go with Effie. Start it off.
I got Jamie. Keep it quick. It's funny. I've actually faded Jamie twice with Jordan Wright and Kyle Idakis. But I don't know. I like him here. Not high on the other guy. That's pretty much what I'll keep it quick. Yeah.
Nice.
Jamie Pickett.
Do you have any bets or anything?
No.
Good man.
Actually, this one actually was like one of the fights where I had the least confidence either way. I was very indecisive.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a quick lean on Pickett.
Right on. What do you think, Patrick?
I got a bet on Jamie Pickett at -130 on the money line.
Okay.
Again, not a guy who I really thought I'd be backing in a lot of spots. You know, he's got a trustworthy game plan, but as far as his potential, not really living up to his big size and reach at this weight class, right? You would think he'd be a killer. Really not, but he does have the experience, the size in this fight, at least the gas tank and the ability to work the grappling, which is where Tululin has failed before. So I got the bet on Jamie Pickett. As long as he doesn't get chinned in the first, half of the first round, I think he's good to go.
Yeah. What about you, Cody? Who do you like?
I like Jamie Pickett just because that Tululin, he hasn't fought nobody good, and when he has, he's got beat. Like his wins are usually we're over like trash guys. Not impressed with either guy. I didn't bet this fight either way, but I think Jamie Pickett has the grappling advantage. So if he does be able to use that, I think he's going to have the cardio advantage too. I think the Tululin guy gets gassed after a round and a half, not even just because he was on short notice in his last fight, but he just gasses. But he could catch Pickett, but Pickett's really durable. The only time he's been KO'd is by Jordan Wright, which is understandable. That dude hits crazy weird. So give me Pickett. I'm going to take him by decision, but not actually by decision or like a third round finish. I think that this dude on a full camp can get 2 rounds in him. But yeah, I'm going to take Pickett by finish or decision. But no bets. I don't feel comfortable on nothing on this fight.
True.
And then, wait, this was another one too that I watched tape and it changed. I wanted to go put a big bet on Pickett. I was going to go to the casino. He's like -130. Then I watched the tape and I'm like, hell no, dude, he's not good. Like neither one's good enough to put money on to me. So
yeah, I like Pickett in this fight. As a fighter, I think he's very low level. I think he should be a little bit better than what he's shown so far. He's really athletic. He's got decent grappling, but like his striking he's low volume. He's got the reach, and like you would just think he'd be way better than he is, but he's just not. But I think he's better than Dennis here, especially if he can last that first round. I do think he'll be able to take over the second and third rounds for sure. Maybe use some of that grappling and wrestling, take him down. And Dennis does not have good takedown defense either. So I think he'll be able to take him down pretty simple too. And yeah, I think this will be going to decision unless Dennis can get a first round knockout. Other than that, I think Pickett should win either 29-28 or maybe 30-27. So this is just another low level fight, but it is what it is. I like Pickett though to win. I don't have any bets though, but if I did, I would probably just do Pickett on the money line. I think it's still close to a pick 'em. I think that'd be good value. Okay, let's see what the chat says here. Kirk, what's up? He said, I enjoyed the new matchups, but I really wanted to see if Hamzat would finish Nate in round 1. Yeah, I personally didn't think he would, but we'll see. Bananas and Grapes, love the name. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate all the fruit.
Sweet emoji game. I like that.
Dev, taking a dog. Dev, you're taking another dog? That's crazy, man.
It'd be Dev the dog instead of Dev the dude.
Dog. I love it.
Dev the dogs. Yeah.
Saba said I'm having pick shit by KO.
You know, I like that too. I think he might get him out of there in round 2 or 3.
Yeah, I could see that too for sure.
Dude, Tulilian does hit hard too, man. This is gonna be a decent low level fight.
Yeah,
not low, mid level.
I would say low. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's low.
Right.
CJP said Tulilian is that dog. I'm telling you, brothers, it's gonna happen. It's gonna hit. Okay,
definitely possibility.
There's a way. I can see a way. SK said Pickett's losing. Papa Chuck, Jamie, Dennis. I want to see a simultaneous 2-way KO, both and then both release.
That's the move. That's the move.
Yes,
dude. Papa Chuck's hilarious.
He is, dude.
He's funny as fuck.
B&G said Tulilian is good in the clinch. He wins. Okay, I think Pickett's a little bit better, but that's just me. Kirk likes Tulilian as well. He's got a unit on him in a parlay with Almeida. Okay.
That should help your odds right there with Almeida.
Pickett's got a good clinch up against the cage.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that body lock takedown is going to be key here. He's going to land it for sure.
And he's huge. That's another thing, dude. Is he's a big boy. I mean, he's only going to have an inch of height and 3 inches of reach, but I feel like he's bigger. You know.
And then Ahmed, sorry. Thanks for coming out. He said, "Yo, Dawodu still to win. We will get to that in a couple fights, so stay tuned." All right, so we'll move on up to the next one, which is going to be Jailton Almeida versus Anton Turquo. I'm going to guess that's how you say it. And let's go with who wants to go first. How about that? I'm really bad at like who goes first and whatever. So we'll do Effie. Effie, go.
Jailton, it depends either round 1 or 2, but the Pleasure Man's actually a pretty good grappler. So, he's a catch weight. Yeah, 220 pounds. Dude, it's weird. Jailton to me is like the whole package. So far, I guess, but he hasn't fought that high level of UFC opponents. But yeah, dude, to me, it's going to be take him down like he usually does. Man, just like the foreshadowing to like the Hamzat thing, it's like, is he going to get the submission or get the TKO on the ground? That's what it really comes down to. So I'll give me Jailton round 2.
Right on. Do you say by finish or submission or KO? What do you think?
KO.
Okay.
Like turtle up, gets pulled off by the ref.
Right. Patrick, what do you think?
Yeah, I got my bet on this fight is the under 1.5 at minus 135. I'm not happy about it. I don't always play under 1.5, but both of these guys' records would lead you to that. Anton Turquo is very much just like kind of like a Johnny Walker in a way. You know, he has these very fast finishes, very explosive guy. Unlike Johnny Walker, he can wrestle and wins a lot of it that way, but he wins his wrestling exchanges by using his size at 6'4", his big imposing physique, right? That's off the table against Jailton Almeida, who's as strong as they come. I don't like Jailton Almeida's striking as much on the feet as, you would look at the guy and assume he's a very good striker. He does always open up with that front kick to the body and goes to the double leg takedown. His last 3 or 4 fights does the exact same thing to open up. So you'd expect that in this fight as well. He'll go for the front teep kick, double leg takedown. Probably will get it against Anton Turquo. And yeah, like Effie said, it's just a matter of submission or ground and pound. But as explosive as Anton Turquo is, the Pleasure Man could get it done in a big upset. But I think he also does it early. So I got the under 1.5 here. But I am taking Almeida to win this fight.
Right on. What about you, Cody?
Yeah, man, I got Almeida. I think he's going to get a first-round rear naked choke. They're fighting at 220. Turquo's coming in on short notice. He's got good grappling. Like Turquo's got a pretty nice little amateur record, and he's got like a decent professional record. You've seen on Dana White Contender Series that he's got decent wrestling and grappling, but he kind of had to use it against that dude because that other Brazilian dude was cracking him on the Dana White Contender Series. But my thing is, it's short notice for him. Yeah, he's got decent grappling against low-level guys, but like Jailton Almeida came out and destroyed Danilo Marquez, who's actually a good grappler, a big dude with good wrestling, and he beat the shit out of him. And I would favor Marquez, Danilo Marquez over even this Turquo dude, especially on short notice right away. But yeah, man, give me Almeida. I think he's going to get the rear naked choke. I think he's going to get the quick takedown. He does exactly like Patrick said, dude. He throws a teep kick right to the face real quick while you're trying to block that. He shoots a blast double. I don't think it matters if he throws that or not. When he grabs dudes, he fucking slams them. So he's just a savage. I think that he's going to beat him up until Turquo, gives up his back, kind of like Parker Porter and all them dudes later in the first round, and he'll get the finish. And if not, like Patrick said, that's why I bet the under too. If not, maybe Turquo catches him with something. You know what I mean? All Jailton Almeida, all 16 of his wins are in the under 1.5 rounds. All 16 of them. And then Turquo's finished 7. I believe he's got 8 wins, right? Yeah, 8 wins. 7 of them are in the under 1.5 rounds, and the only one was on the Dana White Contender Series. And you can't compare the dude he fought on the Contender Series to freaking Jailton Almeida. So yeah, man, I got Almeida. I got him in a parlay too, just because I really do think he wins this. I got the under 1.5, but I got a terrible line. Patrick, what'd you say you got?
I got minus 135 on the under.
Jesus,
nice.
By the time
I got it when it dropped very early on.
That's perfect because when
minus 135.
By the time I got to my casino, when I left at my house, took me about an hour to get there. It was on Wednesday because they waited a whole nother day to drop them off. They had it. It was like 160 when I left my house. By the time I got there, it was minus 180. So I paid the minus 180 to win. I
like it, and just from the tape study and what you said, both their records lead to it. I hate under 1.5s. I rarely ever play them because you're just screaming from the, it gets to like 30 seconds. You're like, all right, let's speed this up, gentlemen. Come on.
Yeah, but like that's the good thing is Jailton Almeida only has one speed. That's Mortal Kombat finishing, dude. Right. That's all he fucking does. I mean, from the like you said, he's gonna run out. He's gonna like if Turquo was smart. Like he would just fucking be practicing when somebody throws a teat kick, how to counter that with a giant fucking shot. But you bet with the uppercut, because he's going to shoot right after, but he's not going to do all that.
There's a few guys that would do that. They would always open up their fights, even high-level guys, with the same thing.
Same
right?
stuff.
Like,
and you're going to
Forrest Griffin always have the jab cross head kick, no matter if it lands or not.
Right.
My favorite was Fabricio Verdum. He used to open up every other fight. He would open up with a flying side kick to the face, and every now and then he would land it.
Who did he got? Travis Brown.
Yeah, he got Travis Brown. Yeah, actually landed it.
Smacked him with it.
But like every other fight, he would open up that same way. It's like, why do these guys not see this coming?
It's great when you got someone with such great jiu-jitsu. You ain't got to worry if you hit the ground or that. We're definitely worried about them taking you down. You fucking come off the top rope on the motherfuckers. And just.
But yeah, I also got Almeida here. I think he's going to win by destruction. I think first round, he'll be able to take down Anton fairly easily. He's going to be way stronger. If you watch the weigh-ins, you can tell it's night and day between these guys. Like one looks like a soft version of a light heavyweight, and then the other one looks like a heavyweight that's just think of Overeem when Overeem was like monstrous, like that looks like. And this is just going to be a crazy fight, and I like Almeida here. I have a lot of action on this fight. Actually, I think I have fight doesn't go the distance. I have the under 1.5, and I also have Almeida to finish in like 3 separate bets that were all jacked up from the 3 fights that got flipped. So that's all my action there. I got Almeida by finish, under 1.5, and I got fight doesn't go the distance. So I think
it's a weird fight that it's at.
I like that. I really like that.
Like heavyweight is usually a catchweight anyways, right? It's usually like an open division. It's very strange. They really want both of these guys to be kept at 205 because there's 31 205 pounders in the division.
That's crazy.
So half of the division is in the top 15. Yeah,
right.
It's the smallest division.
You have a 50% chance of being in the top 15.
Yep, exactly.
Almeida, because he was supposed to beat up that Shamil dude at heavyweight, so I don't know. Without him cutting weight, but
I liked him in that fight too.
Yeah, I'd had Almeida on that too, but I actually thought that would be a little more dangerous, kind of, because that Shamil did not that Jailton wasn't gonna fucking get him, but like that dude actually has some KO power. Shamil with decent
all the experience in the world too.
Yeah, and he was like 42, so and with decent Russian wrestling, but once he was on his back, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Daisy Sporting Clips, I hope I said that right. Thanks for coming out.
What's up?
And CJP said Almeida by murder. I bet the fight in a parlay. Fight doesn't go the distance.
Yo.
BNG said if you're scared, then hedge Juicy J by submission. I'm guessing that's for Dawoodu coming up here. Papa Chuck said Jailton by first round sub. Anton is a fucking weird dude. Should cut his hair. The bow shit. I hope Jailton breaks this dude. I think he will. Dev, of course, going with the dog, going with the pleasure man himself.
He's trolling.
On my stream, Uncle Weezy gave out Anton Turquo, the pleasure man in round 3 plus 4,000.
That would be
think about that.
That'd be the bet of this century.
I would be sad, dude. I really think Jailton Almeida has a chance to be like a champion. Like the dude's a bad dude.
I think so too.
But we'll see,
Dirty
man.
Dirty Reg is here. He likes the over 1.5. Hang in there, tough Anton. Might be it'd be tough.
Yeah.
Dev's going Anton via sub 16 or plus 1660. That's
dude. Almeida, you know how good at jiu-jitsu Almeida is? He's got a jiu-jitsu win over Caio Barallo in a jiu-jitsu match. And Caio Barallo, as we know, is a fucking savage, dude. Like he gets you down, you don't get up. And Almeida beat him. So his jiu-jitsu is world class.
Yep. Linnell, sorry. He like Hamzat round 1. Okay. Jorge, I got Hamzat, Daniel, Tony, Almeida, question mark, maybe Martinez, Alatang, Aldana, Kutalaba. I'm going to say it all. Dumont, Collier, and Dawodu all look good to me. Maybe a couple I have different, but all look good. But everybody else is saying Almeida sub.
Rear naked.
Yep. All right, we're moving up to the next one here. Which is going to be a good fight. Dawodu versus Erosa. And we'll start with Patrick.
Yeah, I got another money line bet here on the favorite, Hakeem Dawodu. I like him. He had a very good finishing streak in his early 20s in the World Series of Fighting. Now he's become a decision machine in the UFC. And a lot of his fights, as you would expect, a very talented Muay Thai fighter. The judges are going to have to be faced over 3 rounds with, so Hakeem beat the shit out of him on the feet, but he spent a lot of minutes on his back from a wrestler. How do we weigh this? He has a lot of split decision wins on his record, but he's getting the wins. And I think over Juicy J, Erosa, I mean, this is a spot where I think he can come back, get another highlight reel knockout. Juicy J is big, but he's very defensively lacking. Kind of a killer-be-killed fighter. So I see Hakeem, actually winning this one on the feet. You would want offensive wrestling to defeat a nice Muay Thai fighter like Dawodu, right? Julian Erosa, not an offensive wrestler. He's got a lot of Darce chokes, a lot of defensive spots. You get in a scramble in the ground, Juicy J will beat you, but he's not really going for takedowns himself with very much success. So give me the Muay Thai fighter here in Dawodu.
Okay. What about you, Cody? Who do you like?
I'm all over Erosa. I mean, I'm not all over Erosa. It's not like I think Erosa's way better fighter or anything than Dawodu, but at plus 190, dude, I had to take Erosa. I just think that if he doesn't get knocked out, he's a problem for anybody he fights. In the last 2 years, he's got a submission win over Charles Jourdain, a submission win over Sean Woodson, and a KO over Nate Landwehr. So if he can finish them dudes like that, I gotta believe. I mean, he can hang with Dawodu. Dawodu doesn't impress me. He's kind of low output. He's got a lot of split decision wins. I thought Julio Arce actually beat him in that fight. I thought he only clearly won the first round when he messed his leg up with a leg kick. But it seemed like he kind of slowed down to the pace and pressure of Erosa or to Arce in that third round. Like Arce actually started getting the takedowns and stuff. And I think that Julian Erosa is bigger, has the size advantage. And you guys hear that? My thing's like getting fuzzy.
I hear it a little bit.
But I just think that if Erosa doesn't get knocked out, he's a problem. And Dawodu hasn't shown like KO power. He's got 1 KO in the UFC in 7 fights, and that was over that Hori dude, the Chinese dude that's not very good. And the rest of them are real close split decisions. He's gonna have the speed and technical advantage, but I just don't think he looks like he hits hard. Like it looks like he cracks people. He's a real good technical striker with real good accuracy, but he just really doesn't like drop them. So I don't know. I just think that if Erosa gets out of the first round, like I think he can, I think that this is going to be a real good fight. Like Dawodu's not like a crate. Like he's not gonna. You can't be like he's just gonna do this and finish a guy. He's not gonna take him down to the ground. Like he's good. He's got good Muay Thai, but he's not like world class killing people with the Muay Thai. You know what I mean? He's not even like you're like his leg kicks are phenomenal or his punches are phenomenal. He's just like good everywhere. That's why he fights split decisions. But I think Erosa is gonna make this tough in a dogfight. And at plus 190, I got 1.3 units doing 2.5, man. So I took that dog. And like I said, after seeing him beat Landwehr, Jourdain and finishing Woodson, dude, he's got a chance against Dawodu. They're all mid-level guys at this point.
Yep. What about you, Effie? Who do you like?
I have money on Hakeem. I had him on a parlay with the Leech to fight Tony. Well, obviously got canceled, so now it's just a straight-up one bet on Hakeem. Yeah, dude, I like his striking better. He's like Cody just said, he's the better technical striker. His stuff's way more clean, way more like straight to his opponents. Whereas UCJ kind of gets some more brawls and swing and bangs type of fighter. But no, he's a good fighter. The line is a little bit wide, I'll be honest. Especially with him missing weight, that kind of worries me. 3 pounds, it's a lot. But going into it, I liked Hakeem before the weight cut, so I'm sticking with my pick with Hakeem. So yeah, who you got?
Okay. Yeah, I like Dawodu as well. I had him in a parlay with Kevin Holland against D-Rod, but that's out of the way now. I do think he's the better striker, more technical, more speed. Power-wise, I mean, maybe you would give Arosa the slight edge, but he's more of a loopy kind of striker. I think he's actually a better grappler than he is a striker as just a fighter. But I think if he wants to win this fight, he's gonna have to use his wrestling, but he doesn't have the greatest wrestling, and Dawodu has pretty good takedown defense. So it's gonna be hard unless he can just maybe, I don't know, get him up against the cage and maybe get like a trip or something that he's not thinking about and get him to the mat. Because if it's on the feet, I like Dawodu all day. But Arosa's live for a knockout here, I think maybe, but it's going to be a closer fight. I just think, man, if Arosa was a better wrestler, I would like Arosa in the spot a lot more. But I got to go with Dawodu. I just have him on that money line bet. I think I got him at minus 160 range or something like that.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
That's
160. I'm sorry,
Really
it was like minus 220. Sorry. I was thinking of Alatang for some reason. My bad.
Another thing I seen too when I was watching, like Dawodu doesn't like to fight going backwards. Like he likes to be going forwards, being mean, like coming with this Muay Thai stance. If you watch him going when Arce had him going backwards, I mean, the Evlov fight we won't even bring up, but like I don't know, man. I really do. I think that Erosa's pace and pressure could start wearing on Dawodu like he does. Like as long as he don't get knocked out, man. I don't know, man.
See, it's the pace and pressure that makes me like Hakeem Dawodu in this fight. Hakeem is, like you mentioned, very low volume, but if he's got somebody coming forward, like his last fight, Mike Trezano came forward, that's when he can really tee off and counter and get all those significant strikes and have a really good performance. So Juicy J could be the target practice for him, but I can't hate on an underdog shot on Arosa, especially late in the fight. A third round finish, I could see that for sure. I
like Arosa being bigger too, and like with the grappling, like his wrestling ain't terrible. Like his wrestling's like not non-existent. He's got decent wrestling. He's got good grappling, and if he gets like I've seen Dawodu get clubbed and subbed by Danny Henry, you know what I mean, in 30 seconds. So that's definitely possible too. But yeah, he's a Muay Thai guy. He's got decent wrestling, but like honestly, you can't even take the Mazov's or Evlev fight, you know what I mean? Because he's going to take everybody down. But I don't know. He hasn't been tested in the wrestling realm that much.
Look, I'm confident in my bet when I saw a pre-flop, but after the weigh-ins, I like your side because he missed weight by 3.5 pounds.
And
this is not the time to take it, you know?
Yeah, that's an injury or something because he's not the type of dude to do that. He's professional. He's not, you know what I mean?
So you're on the right side of this one, this dog shot here for sure after weigh-ins.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to put too much into weigh-ins, whether you miss it or you look super drained. Like if you can stand up and get on the weight scales, like you're okay by me. So I'm not going to change my picks. I'm not changing my bets. I mean, it does suck that he missed weight by 3.5 pounds. So maybe the third round might be a little dicey, or maybe his cardio won't be 100% there because of that injury. Like you said, something, who knows? But I still like him. I don't like changing my bets or picks because of that, unless you fall over on the scale.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But giving up a lot of your money, man, it's never a good thing. Something's up.
Yeah. Well, plus I can't cash out on that bet because my stupid bet. So
yeah,
I am.
So I'm on the out.
Yeah. So no, I do still.
Don't get me wrong, bro. When that bell rings and they come out, I'm gonna be like fucking butt pucker in that old Arosa don't go to sleep right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if he doesn't, man, he's a dog, man.
Yep. Artem's in the house. What's up, man? The 4 best
in
the USA. Thank you, Artem. Appreciate it. Go check him out if you don't.
In the USA. Don't limit my appearance to the USA.
I'm missing.
I can compete worldwide, baby. Come on now.
Artem has Akeem in a parlay as well. Okay.
Nice.
Fisherman had the same parlay. Effie. Now I'm stuck with Dawodu at plus or 1.4.
Hey, let's ride.
Fisherman also said, "Don't mention Loopy ever again, Johnny." I try not to. She doesn't deserve any mention in any of my videos anymore after that performance. It's awful.
Oh, hey, after this fight, we'll give these cards away.
Okay, I'll go through these real quick. Artem said he got
He's still at the same price. It looks like.
Yeah, I got him at minus 220. I think I got him at minus 220. So I was thinking of a different fighter. My
I
bad.
feel like a lot of these lines this week, nothing changed in them. You know what I mean? Like nothing went way this way or that way. Like Johnny Walker's been around the same plus money. Arosa the same plus money. Like all these people, like the line hadn't really changed all week. Of like Almeida, them big favorites, but I guess I understand that.
Yeah. Fisherman said UFC 280 is going to be crazy. Charles for the win at 2.3 decimal. I don't even know how to say that.
It's like overseas, right?
Yeah. It's like pretty much anything but US.
Yeah, I don't
know what the conversion is on those stuff.
I don't even know how to say it. I'm like 2.3.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's talking about what we're talking about. Him at plus money is wild.
Yeah. Before we get into Cody's little giveaway here, we got 50 people in the chat right now. So if you hit the like button, please go to the links below. Subscribe to all of us if you haven't. If you're new and just haven't done it yet, please do so. Blood Money is like 9 subs away, maybe less now, from 1,000. Let's get this guy up to 1,000 today or by the time we finish. So you have the floor, Cody.
All right. So I'm gonna do this giveaway. Like I said earlier, if you weren't here, got a Cyril Gane Select Hollow rookie, and then I have a Khamzat Chimaev Origins rookie that I'm going to give both of these cards away to whoever can answer this question first. Whoever answers this question first, then you'll send your address and everything to me at my Instagram. But for these 2 cards, I need to know, where was the first UFC heavyweight champion from? What was his hometown? The first UFC heavyweight champion.
There we go. First heavyweight champion, hometown. Who?
Race is on.
Well, we'll just say
Google is firing up right now.
All right, we will move on up to the next one, and then we'll say who the winner is after this. Johnny Walker versus Kutalaba. I think it's my turn here. I'm going to go with Walker here as an underdog. I'm going to give him one more chance with that chin. I don't think Kutalaba is going to be able to touch him. Walker is going to have a huge height advantage, huge reach advantage, and Kutalaba gasses in that first round when he tries to wrestle too much. And he doesn't have good top control when he gets those takedowns. So I think Walker can get up if he gets taken down. I don't think he will. Maybe once, but after that, I think he'll be able to survive that first round. And then after that, I think he'll be able to get that knockout with that reach and maybe like a spinning elbow when Kutalaba, or a flying kick or knee or something like that when Kutalaba does go for another takedown. So I think this is a very good underdog at plus 180 I got him at. And I put like 0.75 units, not a full unit, but just enough to make like, 1.5 units or whatever. So I like Walker here as a dog. I'm going to give him one more chance. If he does get knocked out, then we know his chin is shot probably. What do you think, Effie?
I agree. I'm on Walker too. And it's funny. Cody was saying earlier how sometimes you go into tape thinking one side and come out the other way. This one was one for me. I like Walker. I think that Eric Nixick's not going to let Kutalaba just go out there and swing and bang and be like a reckless idiot. I think they're going to have to shoot and get him in the clinch, get him down early. But like Johnny said, I think he can get up and has that ability to get up. It's just the fact that, one, obviously, is his chin gone. 2, does he fade throughout the fight? But to me, I don't have any money on this fight, but I will say the X factor is he got off the weed. No more weed for Johnny Walker. So now all of his little feints, everything, all those reads, that's all the weed's fault. So let's go, Johnny Walker all day.
Yeah, weed's bad, guys. Weed is bad, especially
CBD
fighter.
No, I do like Walker though. Yeah. Longer fighter, powerful striker in a striking fight, which probably it's going to be, in my opinion. Give me Walker.
And I think a lot of people forgot, like, Walker's actually really good. He just been touched up the last couple of fights, so like just remember he's actually a really good fighter. But go ahead, Patrick. Who do you like?
Yeah, all the headlines were saying, he's off weed and all this stuff, and that's he actually made a good point. He was sponsored by a CBD oil company. He said there was something in there that might have been an allergic reaction. He went on record as saying, like, guys, it's okay. Like, I don't think it affects most people. He says, for me personally, it might be something like I'm allergic to. So that's what he covered it up. I like Walker here, round 1 KO as the underdog. I'm taking that prop at plus 650. Wow. I mean, that's the majority of his, just a fifth of a unit. That's the majority of his win condition, right? He usually gets it done early. Ian Kutalaba, his last few losses have all been in round 1. So I think that kind of spells, kind of a good value bet there in a way that this plays out. I'm not overly confident in either side of the money line on this fight. Obviously, Ian Kutalaba can go in there and wrestle and ground Johnny Walker, but the only person we've seen do that is Nikita Krylov, right? So we'll see. And he's at risk, Kutalaba, of gassing out if he does that. And Johnny Walker's still live to be jumping around like a jumping bean in round 3 and knock him out. So I'm on the Walker side here as an underdog. Not too crazy about either guy's money line, but I like that round 1 knockout prop. Plus 650 Johnny Walker. Give me that.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about you, Cody?
A little sprinkle.
Yeah, that was excellent. Same thing as them guys, man. They explained it great. I got Johnny Walker plus 180. Line's way off. This is a pick 'em at most, or it should be a pick 'em at best, or Walker should be the favorite. This is a step down in competition for Walker. You know what I mean? Compared to who he's been fighting, compared to who Kutalaba has been fighting. Like he's got to win over Roundtree and Devin Clark. But I mean, I think we like Johnny Walker is going to get them wins too. You seen what Johnny Walker was able to do against Spann when Spann had to take that sloppy takedown. He got hit with them elbows and got put to sleep. So I think that same thing. I think Kutalaba ain't going to want to stand with Johnny Walker really at all. Like he didn't want to stand with Ryan Spann. He's going to go out there, spam them takedowns. He doesn't have the BJJ to back them takedowns up so the people get up. That's why he gets a draw with Dustin Jacoby, comes out 10-8 Dustin Jacoby in the first round and then slows down so bad that he just loses the second two. But I think Johnny Walker hits him with a big shot here. I think that at some point either he hits him with a knee coming in on a sloppy shot, something to do with that. As soon as Kutalaba, like he might be able to get a takedown or two, but dude, Johnny Walker is so big, man. He's so much bigger than Kutalaba, and like he don't have bad takedown defense. I like what I seen in the Krylov fight. Like he got taken down, but he had a couple reversals on Krylov. But dude, Krylov's way better than Ion Kutalaba. Like Nikita Krylov's a good fighter. So give me Johnny Walker, and I expect him to get it done in that first round or early in the second. And I bet him. I bet like 1.4 units to win. 2.6, I believe.
Right on. All right, we're gonna go to the chat here with your question, Cody. I'm gonna go through people's answers here. So CJP said Japan. Was that right?
No, sir.
Okay. Saba said Fremont, Ohio.
Yes, sir. That's my hometown too. That's where I was born. So yeah, Fremont, Ohio. Mark Coleman, first and greatest heavyweight champion.
There it is.
Do it, man.
Saba wins. Saba, please go.
Message me on the old gram. Hit me on the gram. I'll send them to you, Saba. Congratulations. That's pretty good. Nice cards too, man. Nice cards.
Yeah. Maybe you should throw in an O'Malley for him.
I ain't got no O'Malleys. I only buy people I think is going to win titles, Johnny. You know what I mean? I invest in legit
the Japan answer wasn't that bad. You know, Mark Coleman did a lot of his great work over there in Pride. After they gave him more back in those days, you could make more money going to Pride than you could in the UFC.
They made a ton of money over there. He went over there after he was losing out in the UFC, and then went over there, took that first little bull crap loss, and then won that tournament. Yeah, I still message with him on Facebook and stuff here and there. I'm gonna get him on and do an interview sometime.
He corners a lot of people over there from
down in Columbus
from Strong Style MMA over there. Yeah,
he does Columbus down at Matt Brown's gym. He was in AJ Dobson's corner for the Contender Series.
Yeah, because AJ Dobson's down there at Westside Barbell and at Strong Style, which was started by a guy from Westside Barbell.
Nice.
Was it? That dude went. I just watched that Westside Barbell documentary a couple months ago.
Oh,
it's awesome, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Louis Simmons. Yeah, I'm a powerlifter myself competitively, so that gym is like that's the mecca. That's the mecca of all of our sport there.
And I didn't I've heard about that. I didn't know. I thought that was in like Texas. I didn't know that was in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, where that was. So I thought it was out in Cali.
All the best guys went there to go see Louis Simmons. He was the greatest powerlifting coach to ever live.
Yeah, that dude was a savage, man.
Yep. We'll go to the chat here real quick, and then we'll keep going here. Dirty Reg always gets on me about picking underdogs. So if Johnny's playing an underdog, it's going to be there you go. Hey, there it is. If I'm playing an underdog and I'm betting it,
look, man, you can't force the underdogs. At the end of the day, they're favorites for a reason. So I'll give Johnny a pass on that one.
Thank you, Patrick. No, I'm joking. It's all good. My parlay bets. Thanks for coming out, man. So good luck, everyone. I have my bets in, but we will see what the MMA gods say. That's all we can do.
What's up, bro?
And my sex bots have come. Sorry, I'm a little behind. I'm gonna go ahead.
Are them sex bots or what are they? They say UFC something.
Sounds like a sex bot to me, offering the pay-per-view for free. That turns me on, baby. Let's go.
I clicked it 3 times.
Bro, they were like, if you would try, like, no, I got 5 past.
Free pay-per-view, that's better than porn. I'll watch that all day.
That's how you get me in the back of a van, dude. Fuck candy and all that. I'd be like, hey, you want to watch this free UFC back here? I'm walking down the road, kidnap my.
Sure, dirty old man. I'll watch the fights with you.
I'm worded a little different, so people actually go and
next
subscribe.
thing you know, I'm putting
like 3 subscribers.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm putting lotion on down in a little well, dude.
All right, we'll move on to the next one here. We got Irene Aldana versus Macy Chazion, and I will say Cody. Start it off.
This is going to be a good girl fight. I wish we had seen Aldana fight more recently, but I'm going to go with Aldana because I've seen her. She's proven she hits really hard. The only time I really seen her get out grappled was against Holly Holm, but Holly Holm's a savage. A couple years ago was more of a savage than she is now. But Aldana hits harder. She's got that KO power. You've seen her drop Kunitskaya. You've seen her KO Ketlin Vieira. So she hits harder. She's fought the higher level of competition. As long as she don't get stuck up against the cage and taken down repeatedly by Macy Chazion, she should be able to win this fight. No bets on it, but I like her. She could, I guess, get a finish, but Macy Chazion's tough. So I guess I'll take Aldana by decision. Maybe a 3rd round finish or something. Aldana hits hard and got good subs too. So
I agree. Effie, who do you got here?
I got Aldana. I have money on her. I have her minus 170 straight up. But yeah, man, exactly what Cody said. The only reason way I can see her losing is getting like outsized up against the cage and controlled for multiple minutes of the fight. I feel like Chason, even if in on the cage, maybe that will lead to like a trip or some sort of takedown from the cage. But other than that, I think that Aldana, can crack, dude. I think she has, the power advantage for sure. Good striker, pretty good hands. Like Cody said, fought better fighters, and I like Aldana big time here. And then also real quick, the weight miss, man. This is not a catchweight fight. Chason came over. She never makes weight. This is crazy. It's pretty wild. Like going in knowing you're probably not going to make weight must suck, dude. And then just kind of like feel like shit for a while. And be like, oh, call it. Like, and then now here you are.
Yeah.
So give me Aldana.
Right. Yeah, she needs to be 145 or just not be in the UFC, pretty much. Who do you like, Patrick, here?
Yeah, see.
My second biggest money line bet of the night is on Irene Aldana here. I got 2 units on her money line at minus 160. I got her at. It was the first bet I placed in this card. I think she's way better than Macy Chazion. Chazion has to stall in the cage, maybe go for the takedowns, but even sometimes when she goes for those takedowns, she ends up on bottom, makes transitional mistakes in the grappling. Irene Aldana's got a nice jab that's going to find its mark on Macy Chazion's awkward striking style all night long. And she's got a very nice lead left hook that has dropped a couple of women, right? Most recently, Yana Kunitskaya finished her up with a ground and pound after dropping her with that. Then also Ketlin Vieira knocked her out cold. So the power, just the technical striking, I think even the strength against the cage, I think Macy Chazion might try to clinch up with her and be surprised at how much stronger Aldana is. So give me Aldana here on the money line.
Yeah, I also liked Aldana. I got the over 2.5. I didn't really like when the lines opened. I think Aldana was like minus 200 range, and I didn't really like that. But now she's at minus 170, and I was like, man, I really like that. It's getting closer. But I didn't do the money line, but I'd said the over here. But as everybody else said, I think Aldana's the better striker. She's going to be quicker. She's going to be stronger, I think, in the clinch. If Macy does try to get her up against the cage, I don't think she's going to be accepting her back against the cage like Dumont did that whole fight against Macy, and that's how Macy won. Macy might try to test her striking out in the first round, but I think she's going to try to go wrestling in the second and third round here, and I think Aldana will be more equipped to, like, defensively, I don't think she'll be able to get held up against the cage like Dumont did. So I think Aldana should win this fairly comfortable decision, like 30-27, easy, and if not a third round knockout, something like that. So I think this is a very easy fight for Aldana. I was thinking about doing that money line. It's like in my gut a little bit, but I'm okay with the over. I usually try to stay away from women's MMA fights for money lines anyways, just to over and unders, but I don't blame anybody for Aldana at minus 170 range. I think it's a very good play.
Yeah, she opened up really light, like minus 140, minus 150. Then it ballooned up, and then it came back down. So,
okay. I did see it at like minus 200, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, right, yeah. I saw it come back down. I was like, oh, I'll take this.
Yeah, 170. I mean, that's more reasonable for sure. SK Aldana's destroying that other girl. The other dude's got Macy by decision. I can see a decision.
That's how she wins. That's how she wins.
Yeah.
Sure.
She's my biggest bet. She's my biggest bet of the night.
Aldana?
Straight.
Yeah.
No parlay,
I like
nothing, just straight.
I like her, but I mean, like Dev said, if you're gonna bet Macy, better by decision.
True.
You know?
It's a good
She's
play.
got a chance. She's got a chance. So.
And then Aldana might smoke her worst the Patrick smoking that cigar.
That's
That's
awesome.
exactly right. I wanted to take her by knockout, but it was like plus 450 or something, just because of she's got a couple of those already. So the cat's out of the bag on that prop, you know. So normally for a women's fight, I would want like plus 600, plus 700.
Yeah, you can get a really good line.
Priscilla Cachoeira style, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on up to the 3 new fights of all the craziness.
There we go.
And before we do so, if anybody wants to talk about their feelings about all this stuff, any conspiracies, if you want to, let's get into it. What do you think? Anybody, just jump in.
Hopefully they all figured this out so they could all make more money and the right people fought. The MMA gods showed up. They're still the pound for pound best. They made this shit right. Dana and them tried to make, like, Tony and Nate didn't deserve them fights that they was getting. Like, not to say they couldn't have won, but pretty much to say they couldn't. But, like, it's not how you should be treating these dudes. They're like, neither one of these dudes is going on a title run. Let them fucking go fight somebody else. Like, I wanted to see Tony and Nate before, like, honestly, even if it had to be outside the UFC, and then this fucking happened. Ruined some of my bets and all that, but I don't care, man. It made this show, like, dude, the D-Rod fucking Jing Liang fight's going to be great, where I didn't really think the Jing Liang fight was going to be great with Tony. You know what I mean? I'm sure the first round would have been good, but it would have probably been good. But, like, Khamzat's supposed to just smash Nate. Now Nate and Tony, dude's going to – I'm with it. Fucked up some of my bets, but I'm with it. But I hope all these fighters came together and planned this shit, and they all got like an extra $200K and the fights they were supposed to get.
Yeah, that'd be great if they all did, and this was like a little thing behind stage. Like, you know what? Let's try to make this crazy. Right. Let's all get some.
The UFC is so good at fixing these matchups last minute. The only time they've canceled fights, I can only remember a few that they've canceled. Yeah. UFC 151 with Hendo and John Jones got canceled a week before. They just scrapped the event. 176 with Jose Aldo and Chad Mendes 2 weeks before they scrapped the event because that fell through. Ricardo Lamas versus BJ Penn, they scrapped the entire event in the Philippines because they couldn't find a replacement. So they're not opposed to just scrapping an event because it won't sell. So I'm glad they figured this one out last minute.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I bet they spent so much money, but good for them fighters.
Yeah. Bro, what do you think, Effie?
Bro, I had 5 units on the Leech to beat Tony Ferguson, my biggest bet of the night. Max bet that bet, minus 270. But yeah, like Cody said, it's one of those things where these fights are way more reasonable, way more realistic. Especially with Kevin Holland getting to be at 180, it gives him a way better chance against Khamzat, which, I mean, we'll get to that fight in a second. But yeah, dude, such a bizarre thing. I was actually at the press conference, dude. And my vantage point was, I remember the first thing I noticed when I walked in through the little curtain was like there was a million cops, like a ton of cops at the front. And I was like, I told my buddy, I was like, hey man, like there's a bunch of cops here. Like that's kind of weird. We sit down, Till comes out, Hamzat's team comes out, Latifi and all them, and then Diaz's team comes out. So I thought everything was like normal. And then like a lot of time starts going by, and we're like, damn, this is like more late than usual. Fucking Dana comes out, and it was a total shit show, bro. It was pretty wild. Like, I will say this though, there was so many Nate Diaz fans, like 9-1 Nate Diaz fans. It was sick. Everyone was saying like, oh, yo, I like him. But a room for him, but he's probably gonna lose. A room for him, but he's probably gonna lose.
Yeah,
like, that's fucked up. No one was like, he's gonna win.
Hey, good for them. Good for them. Every single one of them. Good for
USA
them,
in this hoe.
That's legit. Yeah,
it's America.
America.
Yeah, I think the fights are I think they're better now. And they're gonna be more competitive. I think these 3 fights originally were gonna be pretty much no-brainers, if you want to say. I thought I liked Holland a lot against D-Rod. I liked Lee a lot against Tony, and I really liked Khamzat more. And now the only one that we'll get to it later, but there's only one fight that I still like one guy a lot though. But it messed up a lot of my bets, a lot of them. And that's okay. It's fine. I got way more units that I wanted to spend on this bet or this card now. Yep. But hopefully the majority of the straight bets that I have now will be okay. So,
and I want to say,
go ahead.
Because Patrick's right, dude. The UFC did pull off like this. Was probably such a crazy scenario behind the scenes. Like they pulled it off real smooth. Like I wonder if the fighters like Tony and them were told about any of this, or they just let them cut weight like normal, and then after they're like, all right, here's like what's going on. Because like that was a pretty like rare scenario, dude, even after the press conference thing.
And worked out more perfectly than it could ever work out. Yeah, man, that was nice, dude.
Yeah, this is a very good main card now. It was already an okay main card, and the prelims were kind of meh, but now this is a great main card, I think, and the prelims are still meh, but at least what the people are purchasing, at least it's worth the money now, I think.
I just wish that this would all happen last Friday, so we had more time to tape and make some real, because these are 3 good fights to bet. But I was gone all day yesterday, like getting a new laptop, doing all this stuff. So like I couldn't do much tape on this stuff, but I would have loved to watch tape on these 3 fights and come up with some real good props and stuff, but just did not have enough time. And I stayed away from the Tony and the Nate fight just because like I'm gonna watch it as a fan and not have to root one way or the other, or just let it naturally happen. If a knockout have whatever, I wanted to bet like the over, but it is what it is. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Yeah, it's gonna be a great card.
Yeah, I think the fans ended up making out in this whole situation.
Yeah, 100% on that. Yeah, if you had tickets, imagine if you had tickets to that show too. Your show just got a million times better.
If I had tickets and then all this stuff was happening, I'm like, this is fuck, dude. Like,
well, that's happened to me. I've been to somewhere between 30 and 40 UFC events in my life, and most of the time it's been, because you get the tickets months in advance. Generally, after like around 2007 or so, you get them months in advance, and most of the time, and that how much stuff happens fight week. 3 months in advance, a lot of things always happen. I've been to so many events where the main event is completely changed 3 times around.
We did.
They become a lot better in the end,
Yeah. On our card in Columbus, man, what about 6 fights got taken off? Who was the main event? It was supposed to be Ngannou and Roach. Or no, Rachick and Blachowicz. That was another one. The year before was the other one before COVID when I was supposed to go to one in Columbus, got canceled. But yeah. And we got Dawkins and Blades, but there was about 6 fights, good fights, rearranged, man. So,
Fisherman said people purchasing. He's all about streaming. Hey, wink, wink. That's all I'm gonna say.
Never.
Neighbors over is the best over on the card. I will get to that, but I agree as well. I think it's a good over. Streaming the paper. Happy? Come on.
No, we'll talk. We'll get. I was joking.
I know, I'm just messing with you. CJP said streaming the pay-per-view all night long. Yep. All right. So we'll get to these 3 great fights now. So Li Jingliang versus Danielle Rodriguez, and we'll go with Cody. Who do you like here?
I like Li Jingliang, man. I know Rodriguez is going to have a little bit of a reach. It's going to be a little bit of a reach, a little bit bigger because he got the weigh in at 178, but I like freaking Li Jingliang. I like his strength of schedule. I like the wins he's got. You can't tell me if he can knock out Ponzinibbio, Zaleski dos Santos, who's a bad motherfucker, and Muslim Salikov, that he can't beat Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez is good, but he's kind of basic. He boxes. He throws good boxing combos. He wants to pepper you up, and sometimes he throws some hard shots in between it. But when you're throwing big boxing combos with Li Jingliang, the Leech, like you're fucking going right where he wants you to hit you with that left hand, dude. Like he's going to counter you. That's what he wants to pull you in the counters too. And I think that like D-Rod's gonna get countered. I got him at plus 135 too. If this was a pick 'em, maybe I would have, I don't know. I would have maybe stayed away from it, but I like Li Jingliang. Rodriguez has been out for a year and a half, had a couple surgeries on his hands and yeah, man, I just like Li Jingliang. I think that he can get the knockout here or a decision. He's a good fighter. He's fought the way better competition. Like he's been in there with really good fighters, so.
Right on. What do you like, Patrick?
Yeah, and just to preface the next 3 fights, I'm a guy that goes into really good detail with a lot of these things and loves my tape studies, so I'm not placing any more action on this card. And I have people reach out to me on YouTube asking for the picks. I'll give you the picks. I like Li Jingliang here at dog odds because like Cody said, all those names he just knocked out. Salikov, Dos Santos, Ponzinibbio. He was an underdog sizably in all those fights. He comes through as a dog often. He's a dog again here against Daniel Rodriguez. So I like him to win the fight. I think he does have the experience, probably the power potential as well, and just the level of competition as well. He's got wrestling in his back pocket too.
Yes.
And when he loses the fights, it's against guys most recently Chimaev and Neil Magny. Both guys use their wrestling to win. That's not on the table with Daniel Rodriguez. So I like the dog here, but I would have liked more time to reach into this event at a detail level to make a bet. No bet for me. I'll take the dog. But also with Rodriguez, why was he not ready for 170? Is he fully prepared for this fight?
Very good.
You know what I mean? You had Li Jingliang, who was actually getting ready for a volume striker like Tony Ferguson. Yep. Same guy in Rodriguez, a volume striker. So he's prepared for this fight. A little bit outsized, but I'll take the dog here.
Very, very good point there about the Daniel Rodriguez weight. What do you think, Epi?
I have a unit on the Leech at plus 135, and Patrick nailed it, man. So I think it was actually booked for a different date, and they moved it up because they wanted to beef this card up. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, with Holland and Rodriguez,
But this sucks because I'm kind of biased toward D-Rod. I like D-Rod a lot. My buddy trains him. He's like a coach at Syndicate, and he trains him, so it kind of sucks. But I'm picking Leach, man. He's coming off hand surgery. He's a huge layoff. I've actually met him a couple times, and dude, he's actually not that big. So even the 10-pound weight difference, I'm not really that concerned with the Leach. I think he can crap him, especially with leg kicks, man. His shins are real skinny.
I seen a picture of D-Rod with baby legs the other day.
Like, dude, it's weird. It's John Jones-esque, you could say.
Yeah.
But,
Somebody put a
So yeah, he's doing a striking fight.
Effie, you got the inside look on this. Then, how much do you weigh Daniel Rodriguez's prison record into this fight? Do you think that should sway the odds? Do you think his 200-0 prison record is why he's the favorite in this fight, Effie?
Could be. Yeah, I think word got out to the bookies. Vegas is a small town, dude. You never know. The mob by me and no, but D-Rod's a good striker, dude. Legit striker, a lot of volume strikers, but he's not very technical. And dude, I think the Leach can catch him, dude. Whether it be leg kicks and or up top. So give me the Leach. I think there's value there.
Yeah. I like Lee as well. I don't have a bet. If I win one of my early prelim bets, I will put money on Lee. I'm going to let everybody know that. I'm going to put at least a unit on him at plus 130, whatever it's going to be at. I just have too much action right now, and I just don't want to put any more unless I win. But I like him a lot here. I think his power is going to show a lot, and we've seen D-Rod get cracked a couple times by lesser strikers who aren't that great with not as much power as Lee as well. So I think this will be like a boxing match. It's not going to be, there's no wrestling involved here. I don't think it's going to be that way. We all know Lee. Has Lee ever been knocked out? I don't think he has, right?
Never.
No.
Been choked out in just decision, but he's a tough motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
He's got a big old noggin on him.
Yeah.
Never been KO'd.
Okay, so I mean, I don't think Daniel Rodriguez has been knocked out either, but we've seen him get rocked though, and I think this is just a different kind of power that he's going to be seeing. I don't think he's ever seen this kind of power yet. So give me the Leach, and I think it's going to be by knockout, but like Cody said, it could be by decision. He's a good fighter. I think he can outstrike him, land the cleaner shots, and maybe get a knockdown or two and win some rounds. And if he wants to use his wrestling, he can try. But I don't see any wrestling at all in this fight at all. I think it's going to be a stand-up boxing match, basically. And if he uses those leg kicks, if Lee does, he's got those skinny little calves. So, I mean, he could probably hurt Rodriguez's calves pretty bad.
Like Patrick said, too, I would give if it goes to the ground, I would say that Leach is getting them takedowns. He's not a bad grappler at all. He's got pretty good grappling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he's getting beat. Guys that can clinch him up, put him down. No way D-Rod's going to do that.
No.
For sure. Emma, thanks for coming out. She said the main card ring walk is 6 a.m. in the UK.
Wow.
I give you props, all of the European viewers, because if I lived in Europe, I would not be a UFC fan. I couldn't do it.
It would be tough. Saba, he's always watching it like 4 in the morning.
That's so true, man. Those, especially, I talked to some of the guys from Johnny. You know that page, right? Against the Fence. My boys over there in the UK. Yeah, they're always doing live streams. They do a live watch along with the events.
Yeah,
and the sun's coming up and they're still watching it. It's amazing.
I know it's crazy.
Savage, dude. That's awesome. That's so crazy how MMA is that big.
Yep,
love it. It's only getting bigger too. It's only getting bigger.
CJP said he bet the over in this fight 2.5 at minus 145 in a parlay, of course.
It's not too bad.
I think I would the under, but
it
could happen though.
Yeah, we'll see.
And Saba said, let's fucking go Europe. All right, we'll move on to the co-main event of the night, which is going to be Khamzat Chimaev versus Kevin Holland. Effie, who do you got here?
Oh, Khamzat round 1. I think he's going to come out right away, clinch him down, get him down. Pretty much like the Leach fight went. I don't think he's going to risk getting cracked. A super long reach by Kevin Holland. Good striker. But yeah, I think he's going to come in. You know how when he fought Gilbert, his coach was like freaking out, like telling him to calm down, like you got to be smart and stuff. I think the same thing's going to happen again. I think he's going to go crazy again. Let the emotions get to him. And I think he's going to get either submission or TKO. Same thing where he's on the ground getting him down. He gives up his back where he either gets the rear naked choke or he has the ref pull him off. So I'm going with sub. So round 1 sub, Chimaev.
Right on. What about you, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm on Chimaev here. I'm still, we can't forget that the narrative was minus 2,000 Chimaev over Diaz. So it doesn't surprise me as a minus 575 over Holland, even after missing weight by like 1 million pounds. The guy came in like 8 pounds overweight. That sketches me out. So no bet on this for me. I did have a bet on Chimaev Diaz under 1.5 at plus money. I had Chimaev by KO at like minus 150. I'm really a big fan of the guys, but with all the short notice change-ups, I cannot bet this fight with the weight miss. But I think Chimaev does win this fight. Obviously, most recently, Holland has lost to. I cashed on Brunson by decision at plus money, Vettori by decision at plus money. I would love to take Chimaev here to win and exploit the grappling weaknesses of Holland. And I think that's how he gets it done. But sketchy fight. No bet for me, but I'm taking Chimaev.
Yeah, I like Chimaev here a lot too. I know he's like, I got him at minus 500, like right when the odds came out. I got him parlayed with somebody in the next fight. And I also did like a fun little free bet with the next 2 fights as well. I did it plus, I think it was plus 225 for the sub for Hamza. I think that's a very good play if you like.
Look, this could be the biggest trap of all times in 24 hours betting Hamza out here, parlaying him, or it's the biggest discount in history, right? You're taking a minus 1,800 favorite, getting him down to minus 500, minus 600. Could be the biggest discount, but I'm sketched out by this one.
Yeah, the reason, like you said and Effie said, like Kevin Holland's takedown defense is not great, and he struggles against bigger wrestlers, and Hamzat's going to be bigger than him. Let's be honest, like thicker, let's say.
Yeah,
and
way better of a wrestler technically than Vettori.
Better.
You know what I mean? Better ability to hold his opponents down and employ his will.
And so now it's to the point where is Holland going to be able to stuff any of those takedowns? Is he going to be able to survive on his back and drag this fight into like round 4 and 5 to maybe have a chance to get that knockout? Because I think rounds 1 through 3, it's going to be Chimaev all day. But who knows after that? Like, who knows? But I'm going to go with Chimaev. I like him to win. I think it's going to be by submission. I think he'll get him out of there in the second round. The first round, I think Chimaev is going to kind of play with him a bit. That's just the kind of style of fighter he is. But the second round, I think he's going to turn it up a little bit and be more serious and get work.
That's what worries me, man. What if Chimaev does play to the crowd and Holland does get him into a stand-up war? Then what happens? What if this doesn't hit the ground? For a while, what happens?
No way.
That'll be crazy. But I think they'll go shot for shot. But I bet you Chimaev will shoot for takedowns eventually. I bet. But Cody, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I think that if Brandon Allen can choke out Kevin Holland, that Chimaev's going to, not to say Kevin Holland, he's good. He's got good jiu-jitsu and stuff on the ground, but with pressure and pace, man, he just scrambles and stuff. I think Chimaev's definitely going to be able to hit the sub on him, man. Like beating him up. But if he does keep it standing for any amount of time, dude, like too long, he's especially at the beginning, he's like putting himself in the danger zone because Kevin Holland hits long and hard, dude. And I mean, Chimaev, and like they said, the 5 rounds, that only helps Kevin Holland, in my opinion, but we'll see if he gets there. I like both these fighters. I put Khamzat in the parlay with Collier, Khamzat and Almeida, just because I believe they should win. They all got clear paths to victory, pretty easy paths to victory, in my opinion. Yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Holland pulls some crazy shit because he's good. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy. So,
yep. Yeah, I agree with everything. So we're all on Hamza here, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if like having Holland doesn't really try and just like gets taken down and gives up his neck and just gets paid out. Yeah.
I can see that too.
Hopefully not. I want to see a dog fight.
He's just like, I mean, we've seen him on his back for a long period of time anyways, and he's actually pretty decent when he's on his back. He's pretty defensive. He won't, but I think this is a different breed of wrestler who is going to be way more powerful, and he has really good BJJ and submissions as well. So I don't know if he's going to be able to survive for too long. That's why I gave him the second round instead of first.
If Khamzat comes out here playing with his food though, and like picking up Kevin Holland and dragging him across the cage like Li Jiang, but he just tries to finish him real hard for that first round and don't get it, things could get interesting, dude.
I gotta ask you guys a question though. Who do you think is more of because we saw in his last fight, I mean, Khamzat didn't even look human going to the number 2 guy, Gilbert Burns. Then he looked a little bit more human, right? He absorbed some big shots, but came out the winner over the number 2 guy. Amazing. Do you think that Kevin Holland is more of a danger to end the fight than Gilbert Burns?
I think he has more knockout power.
Yeah,
more knockout power.
Okay.
Even though Burns is a beast, dude. I mean, he hits hard, but he's like jiu-jitsu dude that learned how to hit hard. Kevin Holland has like when he knocked out Buckley, right on the end of the
one hitter,
long punches, and we know how tough Buckley is, dude. He's a dog. So he's got a couple like that.
The one over Jacare Souza from the bottom position. Say what you want about where Souza was in his career and age at that point.
But it's still
an unorthodox fighter, a very weird fighter, makes things very tough on anybody.
I said nobody did that. Nobody's doing that to him. But actually, what was it? What's his name? Gagar Masasi kicked his ass to sleep a while, 15 years ago. Them dudes been fighting forever. But yeah, that was amazing what Holland did. So yeah, man, I'd say Holland has more, punching KO ability.
All right, so that makes this even more exciting. Then we might see somebody further humanize Chimaev, but ultimately we all are on Chimaev in this one.
Yep. All right,
I wish Chimaev and Meerschaert would have won a little longer. Let's see what kind of dog Chimaev really is.
True. But we'll quickly go to the main event here because we're pressing up against time. So Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. Patrick, who do you got here?
I got Ferguson in this one, kind of like the last fight where we're comparing about the former matchup, what was actually slated. Everybody had a lot of questions about Diaz. Not many people had really a big argument as to why he would win the fight. I think all of those questions are still in play, but now we got Ferguson off of a 4-fight losing streak, but they're all against top guys. We talked about this backstage. All of his losses recently for Ferguson are against the guys who are pretty much arguably in line for the belt or have fought for it before. So I'm taking Ferguson here. The money line seems, Diaz is a plus 120, Ferguson around minus 145. That seems pretty good on Ferguson at the first look. Again, I didn't dive into the details of this fight. I didn't have time, but Diaz is Diaz. Can you trust the guy to not just showboat around and actually go for a fight here against Ferguson? They both kind of have a similar game plan. Accumulation of strikes over time, drag their opponent in deep waters. I'm going to take Ferguson here. I don't think he is as worn out as Diaz, oddly enough. Four losses straight, but the guy has been active at least and active against top guys. He's beaten and lost to better competition than Diaz has, hands down. Yep. So give me Ferguson here.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Cody?
Yeah, man. I'm like Patrick, where I didn't bet these 3 fights. Well, I bet the Jing Liang, but it's hard to this fight. You would have to do a lot of research on. I feel like, and there's just different things. Like Nate Diaz was training for a 5-round fight where Tony wasn't. Tony got knocked out really bad 4 months ago, really bad to where it might not take the biggest shot in the world to put him down. And if he starts getting hit clean in that 3rd and 4th round when they're both just standing there hitting each other like it's pretty much going to be with these old dudes by the 3rd or 4th round, movement and all that stuff, I think the grappling will be done, and these dudes are going to be like Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz when they were just so yeah, man, I'm gonna take Nate Diaz, man, for old time's sake. He's a little fresher right now. He's trained for 5-round fights. He was training with the mentality to fight Kamzat. Let me get Nate Diaz as the underdog pick over Tony.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Who do you like, Epi?
I got money on Tony Ferguson. I think he's going to be the quicker striker, and on the ground, I trust him big time here. Nate really likes to play off his back, but so does Tony. But the big thing in this fight, I think it's interesting that the over is 4.5 because I can really see a doctor stoppage in play here because all of Tony's fights, man, are totally bloody. And you add in Nate Diaz, who has a ton of scar tissue on his face. Dude, in the clinch, those elbows, even on the ground, if the fight gets there, where maybe, who knows, maybe Nate wants to fight there. I think it's live for him to get cut and stopped. So I like Tony decision. So yeah, I got Tony money on Tony minus 125. I got out in it last night.
Nice.
Super late.
Yeah, I like Tony here as well. Basically what everyone said. I think he's the better striker. I think he's a little bit more unique with his striking. He likes to use his elbows, and that's going to cut up Nate eventually. Nate is hittable on the feet a lot. I think his striking is a little slower than Tony's. I don't see a lot of knockout power from Nate as well. Either with Tony, I think this fight's going to go over 4.5 or even to decision. And it's going to be a very fun fight, very close fight on the feet. I don't see it going on the ground unless Nate wants to take it there. But yeah, I like Tony a lot in this fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be close, maybe 48-47, unanimous to Tony. But other than that, this is a great main event. Way better than what it was going to be. Let's put it that way.
Right. More competitive for sure. I'm glad all 6 fighters are still on the card. So this is a really fun mix-up.
Yesterday it started seeming bad. Like we might not even get a card or not with no real main event. And Glad they worked it out, dude. That's what happens when you're $1 billion company.
That's
Just
true.
throw that dough at them. Well,
So
I love it. We need it.
Real quick before we go, who's everyone's locks of the night? We'll start with Effie. Let's go.
Aldana.
Patrick.
That's my favorite money line as well. Aldana. Yep.
Okay. Money line, Cody.
Almeida under 1.5.
Okay. Prop bet. This is tough for me, but I kind of like Tony as my lock of the night.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna say it. Let's go.
I like it. There we
Let's
go.
I like the value there. I got him at like minus 135. I think that's a great value for him. I wouldn't touch it if it was over minus 150. But I like Tony a lot. I think he's going to be able to. He's the more active guy, like everyone said. He's fought killers. Like that's why he lost. I mean, I'm not a killer, but he doesn't possess that, I guess, finishing killer ability, if you want to say. He's a brawler.
Tony ain't that though no more. We're talking Tony from fucking Blades and Shades from fucking 5-6 years ago. You know, this Tony is he seems to gas out and he has no takedown defense. Not that Nate Diaz is going to really be shooting takedowns, but like Tony seemed to like slow way down after Chandler took him to the ground.
You make a very good point, Cody, because what's both of their takedown defense? Tony's takedown defense is locking up a Darce choke and then maybe transitioning to rear naked. And then Nate Diaz's takedown defense is putting his legs up for a triangle. You know?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
They're both opportunistic submission guys.
I want to see these dudes go to the ground for a round. I want to see. I just want to see 5 rounds of these motherfuckers just MMA and man, MMA. And
this fight's not going to the ground. This is going to be a stand-up bloody warfare. They're going to put on a great show. The UFC is paying them tons of money for this. They're going to milk this fight to decision, guaranteed. Watch,
dude. I
think Effie has the best call though. Is the doctor stoppage
with the doctor? Yeah,
that's
right.
It's gonna be dicey, even if it does hit the ground. Dude, both like to play guard. Like someone's gonna get.
You got a good point. Like who gets cut all the time and is bleeding? The Diaz brothers always. And who cuts people up? Ferguson
Tony,
always cuts people up.
Yeah. His people, like he said, dude, Cowboy. Remember Cowboy blew his nose? He was already getting fucked up. Anthony Pettis was like everybody. Yeah, you don't get unless you're and I mean even Chandler got a taste of that power. You know what I mean? You don't get out of a fight with Tony Ferguson clean. I know. I mean Olives did.
I think that's call of the entire card from Effie, my guy at the Any Action Sportscast. Doctor stoppage.
But dude, it's funny.
500 IQ play.
I went from having 5 units against Tony to be like, I'm betting on Tony tomorrow. Like, it's just so funny how
that's the fight game right there, baby. That's the fight game, man. This was a good show, boys.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for showing up. Obviously, go subscribe and like this video to everyone here. If everybody wants to say anything real quick before we jump off and get to the fights, feel free. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Go check me out at Blood Money MMA Bets. Let me get my subscribers up to 1K. I think I'm like eight short. I'm gonna be doing another big giveaway for on my show for my breakdown. I'm gonna figure out some type of contest, and I'm sure me and Johnny on our next show will be doing a nice giveaway. Yep. And then on Thursday, me and Patrick are supposed to do a show together on his channel. So everybody go check out Effie's, Johnny's, and Patrick's channel for sure too, and check out all our lives, man. We're all going to be doing a lot of lives together.
Sure. Patrick, you want to say anything real quick?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure with each and every one of you guys breaking down the fights. One of my favorite crews to break down fights, especially before the fights start. Now we're all psyched up talking about it. We need to go watch the fights right now. Exactly. So my name is Patrick. I run a page called Addicted to Combat on YouTube, at Combat Addict 1 on Twitter. Come give me a subscribe. Just like Cody, I'm very close to 1,000, only about 630 subscribers off. So come give me to 1,000 tonight, guys, and I'll see you guys there.
He deserves it. He deserves it, actually, to be 100%. Him and everybody here puts their work in for sure.
Cool. Effie, closing thoughts.
Dude, thanks for having me on. Same thing. Both Patrick and Cody subscribe to their shit, dude. They're like OGs to me. While Johnny too. I'm like the young buck in the crew, learning from the top G's right here. Yeah. But yeah, man, thanks for having me. We'll say. Everyone out there, let's go root for Tennessee to cover -6 points. They're up 7 points right now. Got a lot of money on that game. Let's go. Tennessee.
Root for it.
Hit that subscribe button, too.
Yep. Yeah, and good luck to everybody in their bets. It's going to be a great main card at the very least. Hopefully, it's going to be a great card no matter what. So we got fights. Thanks for everybody for showing up. And we are out because let's go watch some fights. How about that?
Good luck tonight, everybody. See y'all.
Showing up. Appreciate it.
Later. Fuck a Kimadawa.
That's funny.
All right, Effie. Hey, good luck, man. We'll see you.
Peace, bro.